Fires happen. We are live. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday night, and if you are on fire, well, good, because you put Monday in the books. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Wednesday, hump day's just around the corner, and then we're heading towards the weekend already. So congratulations for getting one down, 4 to go. We are rocking. We are rolling. We have 3+ hours of our live stream for Monday Night Raw tonight. As you can see, myself and Big Nick are ready to go, and we are going to roll through this. Tune in, tell all your friends. Don't be lonely tonight. Watch the Wrasslin for Life Network because we are going to burn it down. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live, like I said, and we are back at it again. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we are ready to go. We do this 7 days a week, folks. Most weeks, if the wrestling allows, we show up. And just keep in mind, we got original content coming your way. But what we're known for are these nightly live streams. If you like pro wrestling, you name the brand, we cover it all the damn time. With that being said, Seth Rollins is about to enter the ring. We have entered your stream. I am KJ White, Mr. Every Night, the Iron Man of YouTube, the guy that just won't go home. And, of course, I'm joined by the Master of Mayhem, my best friend, your best friend, the troublemaker, Mr. Big Nick Heyman. How are you, sir?
How are you doing? Yeah, I mean, you're just a house of fire coming in all hot. But, yeah.
Happy Monday.
Right. Happy Monday, folks. And we've got Seth Rollins, like you said, burning it down right now with the drip god in the purple checkered lycra looking suit. But yeah, we're getting Johnny Gargano's in-ring return tonight too.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing Johhny wrestling tonight. It's going to be good. Yeah, then what else is going on? We were talking about Seth. I heard rumors that he might be heading towards Lashley. The crowd is just
for that. No, the crowd's just going right along with him. This man somehow become like the biggest babyface in the company. Just with the sing-along, like you said, you keep saying it's crowd participation.
You know what? I fucking hated this man, and I cursed already on stream, and I was trying to be better. But I didn't like this man at all as an obnoxious heel. I thought it was over the top and campy. For whatever reason, as a babyface, I'm digging it.
It works with the campiness, I guess.
And the fans are eating it up. And again, you got to remember, like the guys that are making the decisions for creative, like we talked about with Caster and Bowens, these are some of the fucking audience participation kings of wrestling, right? DX, those guys that were all about the, what do you got? Let's talk to these guys.
Oh, exactly.
They're still doing it.
Oh, yeah. That's how we got the Scissor Me Daddy and all of that, which I'm still sus on. That's I feel pause after every time.
Right. It's hard not to chuckle when that happens. Quickly, I will jump to the chat because I'm going to skip some people. And I'm guessing this means our buddy, our friend, long-standing member of the channel, sometimes a bad boy, is having a birthday.
My unofficial son. Yes, happy birthday, baby.
So happy birthday, JV. Big shout out, folks. Give them some love out there. I will get to some of the other comments real quick. We will let you know there's a lot going on tonight. 3 hours. We're going to talk about some stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of news. There's lots of rumors, lots of chitter. There's a lot of chitter and a lot of chatter. So with that being said, Nick, what are you looking forward to tonight?
Like I said, I think the biggest thing for me is Gargano's in-ring return and who he goes against.
By the way, did anyone else notice the new intro for Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, unless we just haven't been paying attention. That seemed very much like a new Raw intro to me. Right.
It's quite possible with us, sir. So I like this where it's almost like the Rollins version of the what chant where he makes a point, pauses, and then everyone goes, oh,
right.
And then he makes another point and they do it again.
Copy of my gimmick with why?
Crazy. Robert, good to see you. Welcome, my Friend, I hope you are doing well. I know it's been high anxiety in the AEW world, so hopefully you're managing. Maybe
Glad to see
turn
you're still
on Monday
kicking.
Night Raw tonight.
What's up?
I was telling Robert maybe he should just turn on Raw tonight. He might like it.
Absolutely. I mean, actually watch some good wrestling and not chaos.
Watch the company where the executives never mind.
Act like executives?
Never mind. I was gonna go a really dark place, but the powers that be in the WWE are known for a different type of brawling. So but yes, at least they're not beating up each other and the wrestlers. So yay, win-win. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander, how are you tonight? I hope you're doing well. That is us.
The crowd's chanting for a rematch, though, between Rollins and Riddle. So I know you mentioned about him possibly heading towards Bobby. I think I suggested maybe he goes towards Reigns.
Yeah.
But if we're going to get another rematch with Riddle, why?
Well, the thing about another rematch with Riddle is bro. So there's your answer. Because it was a good match. And it did, didn't end perfect. It wasn't clean. So I think, it's part of what we've seen with Gunther lately. Sheamus is a good example. The guys that are going out and giving us good matches, the fans are going crazy for.
Right? Oh, yeah.
So,
but doesn't it get into a little bit of that repetitive booking, a bit of like, well, why did you have them go under before? It's a bit like with the women's tag title match that we're getting later tonight with Kai and Sky versus Puke and Powerful, or Bougie and Powerful, as they go.
Yeah, well, that one's correcting a wrong, I hope.
Yeah, but then so why did you have them go under to begin with? Like, that's again, it's one of those of why make the decision to then go back and do it again.
No, I mean, oh my God, someone's dressed as Tugboat. Old wrestling fans out there. There's a fan dressed like
ringside ticket, folks.
Right? That's a bold decision.
And we're brawling through the crowd. Yeah,
but see, this for me is different. What we were getting a lot of, Nick, and what you're talking about, I agree with, but it was a lot of repetition with no story. It was just like fight again, fight again. This is an ongoing rivalry that I'm still intrigued with. Okay. Oh, what the hell? Dude.
Why?
What the fudge? I didn't say it.
Who in the Rudy Blue hell is this?
Really? Random shit? Or are they just scheduled to have a match and he's in the way?
Why?
No, he's got a mic.
Balor and Priest come out.
Listen, I think Priest is hitting a stride. I think he looks good. I think he's talking better. I think Priest is heading in the right direction. And I think if we could get him the fuck away from Judgment Day, we'd all be a little happier for Damian Priest. And sign me up for Riddle and Priest.
I could honestly, and I know people have kind of made the joking comparison and everything, I could kind of see Priest kind of almost having that Undertaker-ish type persona and everything.
Yeah.
Just he's a very big, athletic dude.
Yeah.
And he's got the similar look. He's, like you said, he's gotten better on the mic, and he's now not just Bad Bunny's friend.
Mm-hmm. And he looks like a badass. He does.
Right.
Like, he looks like a guy that would kick you in the head.
Is it odd, though, that Finn Balor is the one that looks like the biggest, I guess, wimp out of his own faction between him, Damian, and Rhea? That Finn's the one that looks like should be the manager?
Listen, Linda. No, legitimately, Finn was a guy that was built on persona, right? So his character-driven work pushed what happened in the ring. And everyone kind of believed in, even Prince Devitt, right? He had an aura about him. And just over time, they just squeezed it out of him. So now when we see him, we're like, who's this little guy?
It's just rub a little more dirt on him. Rub a little more dirt on him.
He doesn't have the mystique or the aura that he used to. And it's unfortunate because he was a very talented wrestler. I'm sure he still is, but
I think everything died in that Roman Reigns match at Extreme Rules, to where like Finn was flopping like a fish on the outside canvas with the heartbeat, and then the ring rope just snapped and he just fell and just lost that way. But so it looks like we're gonna get at least some
Finn
version
and
of
Riddle.
this between either Damian and Riddle or Finn and Riddle.
I'm guessing it's going to be Finn.
That would be a hell of a match.
Bro chance. We're getting bro chance. Listen, the last couple of weeks on WWE programming. Now, ignore Wales. That's an outlier. We know that. But the vibe, the energy in the arena has been good.
Oh, yeah. I feel like everybody's now kind of jumped from that almost even of that crowd was super live. And now everybody's like, okay, now we know how to actually sound like a crowd. Like this is actually good. And it's not just, them telling us it's good.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And right now, they're going back and forth a little, folks. What do you think?
Yeah, who out of this would you want? Well, I think you already answered this, but I'll ask the people, in the chat. Who would you want to see face Riddle? Would you want to see the rematch with Rollins, Finn, or Damian?
I want the Seth. If I had to pick, you already know how I feel, but I'd like the Seth rematch. I want to see where this is going. I mean, I like the fact that these guys are beating the shit out of each other. It's just random that the Judgment Day now steps in. But, I mean, I don't want to see Damian Priest take the L. So, sorry, Finn. Take a knee in the face like he just did. There goes Priest. Riddle clears the ring out.
The trigger. Well, they've made Riddle actually look again like a badass. Versus just he's Randy's friend.
It's been good the last little bit here. And I mean, I've been somebody that struggled to be like a real big Riddle fan just because it was so stupid, right? Like, oh, come on. It's like Orange Cassidy. You can only be that one mono-focused for so long.
And in this case, he partakes in a certain substance. We get it, And now you see that they've even got like 420 shirts and everything.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I'm shocked. And that was pre-Triple H that those 420 shirts came out. So that's shocking to me that Vince was cool with it. Yeah, I guess it's legal somewhere. Fuck it.
Right. Vince probably does it on the side, low-key.
He should.
Right. Down.
Especially now that he's retired.
Right. Now that he's sitting back, doing God knows what with God knows who.
WWE planning Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel and Goldberg versus Omos. The second half of that sentence, Damien, made me throw up a little bit in my mouth.
The first one I'm here for. The second one, somebody gonna get hurt real bad. You might want to have an ambulance on stand at ringside for that match. Between just Goldberg trying to work with someone of that size and Omos working with someone that can't go as well as Goldberg can. How terrible Goldberg is.
No, that's not a good choice. And the only way
I'd be more scared for that than the Ric Flair match, to be honest.
Whew, that's aggressive. No, I mean, for me, it'd be really fun if Goldberg came out and Omos beat him in 3 moves. Fucking confused everybody.
Just one chop. Just chop.
Oh, fuck. No, I don't want to see that at all. Strowman Express back in full swing. Well, he did blow a tire on Monday last week, but I get your point.
Yes, Brawny the Strowman is back.
He is. No, I don't know if he's expected here tonight.
What's up?
I don't know if he's expected here tonight. It's been told that he's a part of the SmackDown roster moving forward. So
yeah, that's the report is that he's, I guess, now going to be the number 1 babyface on SmackDown.
It's an interesting take.
Well, it is still interesting, and it's funny how other people have gone, and once you pointed it out too, especially of how much Braun's appearance on SmackDown last week looked exactly like Wardlow. But we don't pay attention to anybody else's programming.
Oh, we know that's bullshit. At some level, somebody's paying attention.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Damien, by the way,
attention to us, so.
Right. Hello, Damien. I'm looking forward to Bianca Belair open challenge for the Raw Women's Championship and Johnny Gargano versus Chad Gable, Edge versus Dominik Mysterio. What's the main event tonight? Edge versus Dom?
Edge versus Dom.
The open challenge. What do you think, Nick? What do you think? Open challenge. Is Becky ready to come back? Is Charlotte ready? Charlotte feels like a SmackDown talent because she was.
Yeah, that's the thing is I feel like you could maybe get a return there, but I don't know who else they'd really use. I don't think Becky's ready to come back. It's really, I'm kind of at a loss with that one, unless they do like Bayley is the one who answers it.
That seems fitting under the circumstances.
Right.
And listen, I'm all for a Bayley title run. Like, I mean, Bayley, I think, is a bigger draw, a better overall performer in all aspects of the game, and I would like to see Bayley kind of steer the division.
Yeah, especially because we already did get that 6-man or 6-woman tag match at Clash. And for folks following along, we are getting right now Riddle versus Finn Balor.
Gun wrench.
And I will say, hello, boss, Aaron, James, JV, again, happy birthday. Alexander, Luz, I'm seeing
Dale, Zach,
what?
Gary,
What?
Ronnie, Skittles back. James Hayes, welcome back. I love seeing faces over and over. Luz, welcome back. A-Town Down, welcome back. How's your boy doing, by the way?
Yeah.
I feel like...
How's his jaw doing?
Right? Where does that go? Like, is he going to continue to be like the guy that keeps fumbling his cash-ins for a while? I don't mind the shtick, but...
I've completely forgot about him, to be honest. That's the thing. I feel like that might be part of the thing. I do still like the idea of Gargano or KO taking the briefcase off him.
Gargano, yeah. And we talked about that before Gargano kind of returned and went that direction. We were saying, like, let somebody take it. Like let someone surprise him. Whether, I don't care who it was. Seth could take it. We were thinking maybe it goes that way. But Johhny Gargano stealing the Money in the Bank would be an interesting story. Because,
oh, yeah.
But
and
you
now
can
they announced who his opponent is tonight?
Chad Gable, which I was a little bummed out that they announced it.
Announced yet.
It was announced late this afternoon, early this evening.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and it's on the graphic right now. Timing is everything.
All right, exactly. I set myself up for that one, I guess.
Right. I hope Damage Control wins the women's tag team championships versus Raquel, Rodriguez, and Aliyah. Yes.
But why are we having this match? That's what the thing that I'm upset about is why are we having this match? If you're going to have them and then you have them go over this time, why didn't they just win it to begin with?
Now, that one I agree with
the title reign.
Yeah. So it makes me wonder if they lose again.
But then that's just terrible booking.
I agree. So there's got to be something.
It's you booked yourself into a corner, Papa Paul. And I don't get why.
Yeah, it's not like Raquel or Aliyah have some British ties that we're aware of, like where they were like, you're going to fight in Wales as champions. Like,
yeah, did you just need them to have their moment? Like,
but then why?
Sorry, not everybody always has to have that moment. And when it comes to what makes better sense booking wise.
So then maybe the match doesn't have a clean end and we keep moving toward.
Go on again.
Well, you got to stretch it out to Extreme Rules is what I'm assuming. And I'm not even sure what the fucking date of Extreme Rules is at this point.
I want to say it's the end of September, early October, but I feel like I could see that happening. But I wonder if it's all just a waiting game until whatever happens with Sasha and Naomi, of if they are coming back, if they're not coming back, what's going on with that.
Right. How's everyone doing? Gary, I hope you're doing well. I hope everyone out there is doing well. You're staying happy and safe, and whatever you got to do to put a smile on your face that you're doing it tonight. We're just getting started, folks. We're about 20 minutes in, 17 minutes into the stream. And right now we got Finn Balor, Matt Riddle. The people that now have first names is awesome. And,
yeah, everybody now has full names.
Right. We got back to that. Like, they're adults and human.
Right.
We'll give them a name or two. Oh, shit. Finn just stomped on Riddle's face.
Oh, yeah. I do like that we're getting now, I guess, more an aggressive style from Finn when he's in the ring.
Finn can wrestle. I don't take that away from him.
That's without question, but he does. There was, and I'll be honest, I feel like there was a brief time to where he kind of was getting into that kind of AJ role of, okay, I'm where I'm at, and I'm happy here. And this is what I do. Yeah,
maybe a little, Nick, but I think AJ is very content from what we can tell.
That's what I'm saying. I think.
Yeah. I just think that
Finn, I guess, might have been the word.
Maybe, but I think Finn did express at times frustration with being stuck in the middle.
Right.
And again, it's little nuances with Vince, right? He's a smaller guy. He's got an accent, all right. Vince's like, how do I push this guy?
Right. That's the thing is Vince was all just on how you looked before he ever saw you for a second in the ring.
It's a good match, though. We're off. If you guys haven't made a prediction yet, let us know in the box. Who do you have? Finn Balor, Matt Riddle, one-on-one. And we're going back into a commercial. So that's 2 commercial breaks.
Oh.
We'll just start down here.
And we go to commercial on a neck drop on the hardest part of the ring apron.
Right. But that's it, folks. We are back into a commercial October 8th. Yeah, there you go. So they got some stretching to do. They got some time.
Little bit.
So what is that, 3 weeks? It's a Saturday again, so it's going to be a fun one.
There you go. I like that they're doing the pay-per-views on Saturday now.
Hey, Tony Khan, Mr. I'm not going to take that shit. You should come up with a special show and do it October 8th, right before this one. Mid-afternoon. Go back the other way, sir. Show us that you're not going to take any shit.
Yeah, but keep it to like 3 hours, please.
Fuck, that'd be nice.
Yeah, none of this 5-6 hour stuff. I love being here with everybody, but goddamn.
Listen, if you look down at your piece of paper and there's 14 matches on it, you got too many. Figure it out. Like, that's just being greedy.
You have a pay-per-view and a Dynamite and a Rampage.
Mm-hmm. No, and like they've described it in AEW several times as a smorgasbord. Yeah, well, sometimes you go to the buffet, and by the time you get through all the shit you thought you wanted, you feel like garbage. And that's kind of what's happening. Sometimes it's nice just to have a fucking, here's your steak, here's your potatoes, let's go. Right? Fuck. The smorgasbord is too much. I'm full.
Nailed
it. What's up, Greg? What is Bella versus Sonya tonight? I'm a big fan of Sonya. I want Sonya to get a little more love.
Yeah, but they need to build her up more as a more credible threat.
Yeah, they do. They definitely have to build her up 100%. Vince has no idea what 420 is. Listen to the Rey Mysterio RVD shoot on the tag team. Vince has no idea what 420 is. Yeah, no, they told Vince it was the time he was born. You were born at 420,
Dad. That's great. I can see it being, and I could absolutely see it being Vince, like one of those things like, wow, Cole, I guess, first yelled at McAfee when he first was there doing the watch party and everything for WrestleMania with his tuxedo shorts on.
Right.
Or his suit shorts. And Vince is like, yeah, I get it. I'm hip. Like, what the hell did you just say, Vince?
Pardon?
Right. What?
What? There you go. Valdez getting a little bit of love from Boss Monster. Welcome back, Boss Monster. I'm going to say Box Monster, which I'm sure he would appreciate anyway. Corey Riddle can go away. I won't miss him. Listen, Riddle's giving us some good shit. I still don't love the bro, but I like when he gets a little serious, but he can wrestle. He's had good matches with AJ Styles. He's had good matches with Seth. He can wrestle. Give him a chance.
Yeah, he's having a good match right now with Finn. He's a talented wrestler. It's at times they've just booked him to be kind of the class clown. Like I told him, like I've said it before on stream, he's like the Spicoli of professional wrestling.
Yeah, but at one point, RK Bro was the most I hated it. And I was on these streams bitching like, man, this is the only fucking good thing on the show. Like the only thing that the fans went nuts about. That and Roman for the longest time. And he played the hapless dork up against the very straight, narrow RKO, right? So
right.
I didn't love it too much. I don't care for the flip flops and the animals coming out of his butt, but
that's where you lose me.
Woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. That's how that went. AAW Dark was fire, wasn't it? All right. I highly doubt it.
Okay. I think there's more than just, I guess, Dark on fire when it comes to AEW.
Wow. Listen, more and more little tidbits keep coming out, and I don't want to get too far into that. We do have a Wednesday night show. Riddle beating the shit out of. All right, Riddle firing up, folks. But I mean, it's just really interesting how all this is coming out and how it's. I want to know more. Let's go.
I think I'll leave it as because of legal proceedings that are forthcoming. I don't think we'll hear much more.
Listen. Here's where I call bullshit on that. Okay, because yes, the day after, 2 days after, there's a potential legal ramifications of this. But everyone got in a scuffle, and then within minutes, people were like, "Oh, they can't show anything." Like, well, that's not really the first. right? Like they don't have a lawyer on site. Like, well, I know Omega was there, but it's just funny to me of like right away. Like, I don't know, dude. Let us know. I want to see a black eye. Come on, Nick. I just want to see. I want to see the footage.
I'm surprised at times of though with who was there, allegedly, that it was able to get to that level, that it wasn't kind of nipped in the bud pretty quickly.
V-trigger.
I know we'll save it mostly for Wednesday, but there a lot of mistakes were made in that whole situation by a lot of different people.
Yeah, you need management, period. Honestly, the only thing that has me hooked on Raw is that can't be the only thing you like, JV. You're a better wrestling fan than that. The House
Be
of
better.
Fucking stale as a fucking week-old bag of chips, and Dominik Mysterio has been uncompelling.
Yeah, Dominik Guerrero has just become the China to Rhea's Eddie Guerrero.
Wait, wouldn't he be the Eddie Guerrero and she would be the China?
No, think about it.
No, the same dynamic. Eddie was like the little
Eddie was.
Oh, yeah. Where the fuck did he go? Rey Mysterio is here. I didn't.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Man, since Triple H got into doing the show, they're all about like the coming off camera onto camera shots.
Oh
like
yeah, you don't get the hard cam steady shots now. You get brawling through the backstage. You get surprises out of nowhere. You get jump shots. You know.
Oh wow.
GTS.
He kicks out of a go to sleep into a fisherman
suplex. Yeah.
There goes. There he goes. Hilarious. October 8th. Thank you, fact checker. Stream Rules, October 8th. Another Chris Leclerc. Welcome, buddy. I don't think we said hi to him.
Not yet.
Titus is banned from run-ins. Get it?
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think Braun's working his way close to that too.
Right? Braun almost pulled a.
Damn.
Almost
that shotgun dropkick by Finn just sent real.
What the hell?
Flying.
Miss the coup de grace. Vintage Randy.
I like how that's how that name's been called now, thanks to Cole.
Right? It's good. I like it. Instead of giving it like calling it the move name, you're just like Vintage Randy.
Right, Vintage Orton.
All right, here we go. He said box. Happened. Really did. Now you know what's on my mind. Randy.
Hey, Randy.
Seth is back. Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Wow, nice transition. Just Finn hit that, bounced up, and was wasted no
1916.
time.
Finn going up top.
Wow.
Wow. 1, 2. All right. Well, and I guess maybe unintended sneaky Easter egg is Seth's wearing a purple suit, and obviously you've got the purple and black with
Get out. Oh, that's just a sneak like
it could be a potential sneaky.
We got to stomp, folks. Yeah, that's funny as shit. Let him be the leader of Judgment Day. Go back to Monday Night Savior.
Right, the Monday Night Messiah. And Riddle eats a stomp center of the ring.
Stomped his head. See, I'm into this. This is where I'm okay with the continuation of this. And we'll get some type no DQ cage match something at Extreme Rules, I hope.
I'm still really I'm looking beyond Extreme Rules. I still really like the idea that we've pitched that we're going to get War Games at Survivor Series.
Man, I'm telling you, if I was Papa Paul, if you're listening, if anybody that knows Paul is listening, let him know. I think that's the way to go. NXT can do something else. You can give them some other type of match.
The actual Survivor Series matches.
I'm okay with that too. I like that.
Right.
And but fuck it, do it for both. I don't give a shit.
That's Tony Khan. Don't go full Tony Khan.
Don't go full Tony.
Never go full Tony Khan.
But yes, if you wanted to shock the world, you put Bloodline and something like Imperium, add a couple pieces to the puzzle, and legitimately bring in War Games for Survivor Series. Might sound like a mark call or a fantasy book, but that's what it is. I mean,
well,
really,
to me, it works because WWE doesn't overdo that like AEW does with its gimmick matches and everything.
Yeah.
And still the crowd's chanting along and singing along with Rollins, even though he just stomped. Like, I do like that. I guess if they're behind, they respond, whether face, baby face, heel, they respond, they go along with it.
Right. Yeah, I know that's the thing, right? The babyface just got smushed like a grape into the mat, and the fans start singing. You're like, wait,
right. You were just cheering him like 2 seconds ago. And now we're getting Control interviewed backstage, and Bayley's saying how they won the title because they pinned the wrong competitor. So then why did you point that out? Why are we getting this now?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you play it well. They got jobbed, and it should have never happened. Now the right has been wrong, but we wanted to build the tension between them and the other tree girls. Come to the tree out.
To the tree girls. Revisionist history that you messed up the book the first time, so you're writing it wrong.
So, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, Nick.
No, you're good.
We have hit another commercial, and sorry, I just got the graphic and the commercial for it. Do remember, tomorrow night, 1 year anniversary of NXT 2.0. We were here for the very first episode. We've been here for every episode since, I think, pretty much. I don't think we missed one. Maybe one. What? But tomorrow night on NXT 2.0, the fans are voting. So go out there right now, vote on NXT. We should actually do it live. Just vote.
Absolutely. Actually, here, I'll do that.
There you go.
But yeah, if you're a wrestling fan of a certain vintage, or if you've ever heard of the pay-per-view Taboo Tuesday or Cyber Sunday, this is exactly like that. And granted, obviously, we kind of all know that probably WWE is going to still go the way that they decided regardless. But it's nice to see them going back to stuff like that.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it's funny because they give you the highlight of Carmelo Hayes, and in that package, they're showing clips of Ricochet, and they're like, "Who will he face?" I have no idea how this vote's going, whether we like it or not.
Right.
But I think the fans would vote for Ricochet at this point.
Oh, absolutely. That match was fantastic at Worlds Collide. The great Irish wrestler, Rick O'Shea.
But I think you give him the W, and you let Carmelo chase him back down.
Okay, so I'm on the website right now, and I guess we can do this to the chat and everybody. So,
all right, chat.
We will vote as a channel. Who should be Carmelo Hayes' next challenger for the North American title? Von Wagner, Wesley, or Joe Gacy? So Ricochet's not even.
Oh shit! Not even an option. That's a terrible fucking three. Who are the three?
Von Wagner, Wesley, and Joe Gacy. Oh, and if you want to know where to go and vote for yourselves, I literally just Googled WWE NXT vote, and it was like the first thing that pops up. I'm not going to try and read off the whole name. So
yeah, just go to NXT.com.
It's the WWE.com.
There you go. What's up, Salvador? But yes, that's terrible.
Right.
Shit. Wesley, I guess. I think they'd give us the most compelling match out of the three.
Yeah. Now I'm almost just looking at this. So, like, who are they going to just say that they picked?
Unless Gacy?
The fans picked.
It can't be Wagner.
All bad options, though. That's the thing. I'm not interested in any of these. Do they do Wesley and they do that, like, sneaks a win? I think they might do that. I don't want to see Von Wagner. Von Wagner's boring.
No, not yet.
Go Wesley. I was waiting to see if we got any votes in the chat there, but I think we've got one Gacy.
Yeah, one Gacy. What's up, Jason? Anyone else got a vote out there? Von Wagner,
Wesley, or Joe Gacy to face Carmelo Hayes tomorrow night for the North American title.
The amount of rushing to the chat is probably the interesting.
I think that's a sign there.
Let's go, Wesley.
Yep.
I think they'll give us the best match. I agree with Dale.
Sorry, Jason. Oh, God. There's a lot of names here. Who is your early favorite to win the 2022 Women's Breakout Tournament? No,
Wait, they haven't done that yet?
No.
Wait, that was a thing, wasn't it already?
I think so. That's where it just took me to after that.
Oh,
Was
that's
there
weird.
only the one question?
Sleepy Joe. What's up, Pink Ranger? How you doing? So
I think there might have only been just the one question. That's a terrible way to do that.
yeah,
We hyped that up.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting a like a little package for Dominik Mysterio. I want to see this.
He looks so weird. Sorry, he looks so goofy right now to me. I've always been known as the son of the icon Rey Mysterio. Like, easy there, Kelly. Who's your puppy? Who's your puppy?
You know what? That was all right. Not a bad promo. If you're in promo school, it was all right. It just again, it's like someone's kid who's upset.
Right. I feel like we're gonna get like Dr. Phil coming out now and be like, "So Dom, why are you upset with your father?" Like,
right?
Good. It's a good thing Maury retired because I feel like Maury would be involved in this somehow.
All right,
this is my life, not yours. You never let me listen to my music.
You made me come out to your theme song.
Right. You never let me pick my music. I never got a mask.
Now,
all he's missing is some emo music right now.
Right? And a candle.
Yeah, I was going to say he's already got a goth girlfriend, so.
Wrestling Man, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Hi, guys. What's happened so far? What has happened so far?
We had Rollins come out, cut a promo to Riddle come out, then Judgment Day came out, then we got Finn versus Riddle, and Finn actually picked up the win, and then Rollins attacked Riddle after the match. I think that's all that's happened so far, and we're getting the creepy and
Rhea Ripley just whispered in his ear.
You can do it. You're doing great.
I love what they're doing with Rhea here. Like even like the fade away, her smiling, like I'm controlling this. This is me doing this.
Oh, absolutely. Rhea's been made a star. She's the biggest act out of all of Judgment Day, to be honest.
Oh, JV. But it looks like it was forced upon him. Home. Thanks, just got home. Not a problem. That's what we do around here, Wrestling Man. We fill everybody in. It's like having friends on the couch, watching the wrestling with you. We're the wrestling friends you don't get in your real life. When you're walking around working shit and nobody wants to talk about wrestling, come here. We'll talk about it all day long. We will keep you up to date on all the shows. If you like everything out there, we cover just about everything. So like, subscribe, share, let everybody you know. You got any wrestling fans out there, you should be here getting our updates. We have original content coming your way. We've been banging out some interviews. Things are growing, and the channel is on fire. So, yeah, tune in, like, subscribe, and thank you for being here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Like you said, it's, the wrestling friends that you can't get in real life. We're here covering everything and anything. And that's why at times, we kind of banter around about other stuff, crack jokes here and there and everything. It's having your buddies, your cousins, your uncles over watching wrestling, just shooting the shit with you.
Right. My friend just said Rhea and Dominik are in a relationship. No, actually, Rhea is with Buddy Murphy,
who was also kayfabe in a relationship with Dom's sister.
Nick's sister. Funny how things work.
Yeah. What comes around is all around, Ricky.
Right. And remember, Buddy Murphy was really unhappy about that whole scenario. It was right up there with Lacey Evans making a baby with Ric Flair.
Yeah, that's one of those, I don't want to be doing this. And we've got
we're good.
Earlier today from Austin Theory.
Yo, so here's a thought, and we talked about this, and I'm seeing Theory with the belt, Nick, or not with the belt, with the Money in the Bank contract.
Yeah.
Oh, look, and now he's got. See, this is a little dorky click works, but Austin Theory loses the Money in the Bank to Johnny Gargano at Extreme Rules.
Right.
Now, the thing with Johnny Gargano having the Money in the Bank Could you not build Johhny as like the 2022 Daniel Bryan? Hold him down, the
absolutely.
bloodline pick
He's
on him,
always
shit
kind of
on
been
him,
compared to him. So
right?
you get the whole Johhny wrestling. He always works as the great undersized underdog babyface.
Right.
So absolutely.
Could he not really have that moment of like just keep trying, and then you kind of have the wingman and I'll get it out, KO and Sammy. Like we already kind of feel like they might be heading towards each other in a tag team. Johhny's going after. I don't know. I think there's a really compelling story you could tell with that. The underdog, and Roman just slaps him around, but the one day he finally gets him. But,
oh, absolutely. I think that could be if you're looking for a way to get the title off of Roman, and you don't do it to somebody like a Braun, like somebody who's just pulls it out of their ass like the 1-2-3 kid. Then I think that would absolutely be a fantastic story, and it works perfectly, and you've got time that you can let that play out. You don't need to rush that. You can
that's it. That. I agree. Especially right now, like the weirdest thing about trying to book or fantasy book or imagine anything about the title is that the assumption is Roman's walking into Mania with both those belts to face his big buddy. So we're going to get a Samoan showdown at WrestleMania, and those belts are going to be on his shoulders still in one of the most epic runs ever.
Oh, I think that's what I've heard. Is it's still going? The plan is that Roman takes those belts all the way to 1-on-1 with the Great One in Hollywood, because they do want him to have that reign, like pun intended, I guess, like Hogan, like Bruno Sammartino, one of those just historically long reigns. I mean, he's already on 2 years.
Well, so yeah, it's 1,000+ days, isn't it?
Right.
Like it's insane. But we assume that's where it's heading, and with that, you kind of have to wait and see. But again, if Johnny Gargano kind of steals the chip, or it's not the chip. Now I'm confusing the companies. If he hijacks the Money in the Bank, I mean, what if the night ends? Roman beats The Rock and then loses to Gargano.
Could you imagine? I think that might be a little
stretch.
That might be a little fast.
Yeah. No, granted, I mean,
to get that response as much as you want it, to build to that ultimate crescendo.
Crescendo, I like it.
Yes. I think that might be a little fast, because I do like what you said too and I've pitched that idea of to where Sammy and KO get back together as a tag team. We've obviously seen that kind of brewing. They're the ones that take the tag titles off of the Usos, and then they go for a run for a while with the tag belts. Then they split, have their feud at Mania. I could see, somewhere throughout that's when Gargano, takes the title off of Roman, and maybe we get a rematch at, Mania 40 or something.
Yeah. You know what, though? What's really interesting, Nick? We can conceivably see a path for Gargano to get to the belt. But then we got Braun Breaker in the mix, and we can easily see how they could change. All right, the Monster Among Men takes one of these. We still were talking about, Drew taking one of the belts. Karrion Kross is in the mix now. Holy shit! Now we're getting depth. I like it.
Yeah, now this is how, Tony, take notes. This is how you book a top, group of talent. You don't just have one guy just completely dominate. You still have. And it's through just honest to goodness, it's long-term storytelling and actually having a plot and a plan and a rhyme and a reason behind everything that you do.
Yeah. You have to be able to look at your board and know where it's going over the next handful of months, right? Like that's how this should be done is, okay, this guy, this is where their stories intertwine. This is where they connect. And then this is where he's going. This is just, not just the trajectory of any of these wrestlers. But the good news right now is there's a lot of compelling angles to a lot of it, and the shows have been good and lots more wrestling. Now we got Damage Control coming out to the ring.
Yes. And a name that I'll just mention this last name here, because you mentioned him about potentially winning the Rumble, with Cody being involved as well. So like you said, it's depth, and now it's really realistically, everybody seems like an actual threat versus under Vince. Certain guys you just knew weren't going to ever get there. Like you said with Gargano, Vince takes one look at him, and there's no way that he's pushing him at all.
Right. No, I agree. And I say still that Cody is the perfect fit to win the Royal Rumble. He makes his big return. You know, like I said, you know, they announced the duration of his injury a month later than Rumble. That's usually by design. I really do think that Cody's a front runner to win the Rumble. And I mean, that is a compelling story. Imagine at the end of WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes standing on top of the turnbuckle, holding the belts or a belt. It would be, listen, I was very skeptical of this whole fucking experiment. That is good writing if you can get it from point A to point B.
Yeah, the hardest thing I think still with all of this is that there's the 2 belts involved versus just 1.
Well, that's the other part of it, right? Like, what do we do? How do we go about this? And again, you have all these potential, like, okay, Cody wins the Rumble, but if Roman's going to face The Rock, well, then what? Does The Rock win the Royal Rumble? That'd be interesting. I don't know if I like it.
No, that would feel awkward. And we've got Aliyah and Raquel Rodriguez come out to the ring right now. So, folks, let us know in the chat who you have for this match. I think it's very obviously going to be Kai and Sky. They're righting a wrong that, no offense to the girls, should have never happened.
Yeah, and like you said, it's weird that they would do it and then do it, but whatever reason. No, my only disappointment about Control as a group, honestly, is that I don't get the Io Sky. I want to call her Shirai. I don't get the Io Sky entrance anymore, and I miss that. And I love that entrance.
Oh yeah, her entrance was fantastic. It really made her stand out and made her unique.
It was a solid entrance, and again, it kind of gave you that edge, like you said. So we're getting the tag titles, folks. Let us know. Who do you got in the box? Who do you think's going to win this? We got, like my buddy Nick said, Kai and Sky up against Team Smiley, and here we go.
That's the nicer name.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
Go. No, you.
Alrighty, so you got me, folks. Well, KJ takes a little pause for the cause. He's that invested in this match, folks, that he's got to, wants to hear every detail of this match. Big Aliyah fan. But so who do you guys have in this match? Like I said, to me, it's got to be Kai and Sky. It's righting a wrong. It's why did you book Aliyah and Raquel to win the belts initially if you're going to just have them lose it 2 weeks later to the team that they won it from? To me, I knew what we saw. Well, KJ said it all along that they kind of won it just to then turn around and be a transitional champion, which again is already weak booking. But I feel like if you're going to try and build the tag team division, you can't just keep going between 2 teams. That's the problem that they keep getting into is they only leave it to 2 teams and then you burn them out in a matter of weeks. So we've got Raquel and Dakota kicking it off right now. Wrestling man, Sept. The family scenario will override the title with Roman. I'm not sure fully what you mean by that. Yeah, explain that, I guess. Grandmaster says Raquel should just walk to the ring backwards. Interesting take. I mean, she's got to make sure that she get the hooks in, though, so that she should be still smiling the entire match, like somebody's holding her at gunpoint or something. It's creepy. That's why we call them Team Smiles, because it's just no matter what's happening, there's smiles on the faces. Yep. Damage control for the win. Damien, Sasha, Naomi pop up. It's a 2 count for Raquel. I still wonder if, when, where Sasha and Naomi are going to show up. I initially said that they were going to show up when the tournament was done and that they would have had them, come out holding the belts and have them, stare down the new champions and everything. But now, especially with them being on like fashion, New York City Fashion Week, Sasha's talking about doing more acting and everything. It's interesting to see if they are actually going to come back or not. And Raquel's throwing Aliyah onto Kai and Sky. So it looks like Raquel and Aliyah are in control of this so far as we head into a commercial break. Let me know, folks, who you're taking for this match. I think I've only had so far one prediction. But as we go into the commercial, I will let you all know that we are the Wrestling for Life Network. My buddy KJ is on a little pause for the cause right now. We also got my brother from another mother, Mr. CJ Brand. We are here covering anything and everything going on in professional wrestling, whether it's WWE, what? AEW, what? GCW, what? NWA, what? Impact, what? New Japan, what? XPW, what? Jesus, absolutely, folks. I was even running out of steam there myself. And we're covering anything and everything when it comes to professional wrestling. And like we always say, the wrestling may suck, but we never do. Because it's just like having your buddies over, watching some wrestling with you, just hanging out, shooting this. Sometimes we do kind of get off topic, but we're always talking about what's going on in the wide world of professional wrestling. Wrestling, MLW, what? We do still keep an eye on MLW as well. Their shows are kind of hard to catch at times, and especially with everything else going on. But I'm a big fan of Jacob Vatu. I know KJ is as well. And I'm interested to see the rumors and everything about Alex Hammerstone trying to, if that's legitimate, about him trying to get the role of Hulk Hogan on the Young Rock, because I very much could see Papa Paul trying to snatch him and Jacob up. I've even said we want to keep going with this whole bloodline story. You get Jacob versus Roman, and I think that's a license to print money. Edward, what up? Yeah, JB, relax. Curtis, what up? Everybody in the chat right now, what's up? How are you guys doing tonight on a Monday night? What are you guys excited for? What are you guys thinking so far? What are you guys feeling so far on Monday Night Raw? And again, we're still going to be coming back to Raquel and Aliyah versus Kai and Sky, as I like to call them, for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Let me know who you have for that match. I hope that this is at least a good match, because to me, happening, I would like to see, even if you're going to do a Sonya and a Natty team, or Shannon and Ron, if you're going to have them team up. Imagine if they were Women's Tag Team Champions and you had them go on, like that Sasha and Bayley run, if they're each holding a championship, as well as the tag titles. Who are you going to really have them take the belts off? Then maybe, I don't know, you build into a 4-horsewoman versus 4-horsewoman feud, like they were supposed to do a while ago. Hey, Victor isn't here, and I'm 2 cases deep. That's bad side. Behave yourself. I know it's your birthday. Today is my 16th birthday, and no one bothered to get a present or showed up for my party. Well, Ames, you can be right here with us. We'll be your, like I said before, we're your homies that you don't, your wrestling friends that you don't have in real life. So absolutely hang out, join the fam. Absolutely. Happy birthday, bud. I think you and JV are both sharing a birthday. So y'all can be birthday buddies there in the chat. And we're back with now Raquel and Io as Aliyah tags in. Billy Ray versus Matt Cardona, December 17th, Battleground, BCW. We've covered them before. So we might have to try and get that on our little schedule we got going around. I'm sure you'll let me know on that, Damon, so we'll keep that in mind. And so now we've got Aliyah and Io in the ring. Seth Rollins is my favorite wrestler. Well, you missed Seth, unfortunately, earlier tonight, but that man is over like Rover. That man is getting the crowd singing along with his song like he thought. Like Chris Jericho wants Judas. He wants that crowd response is what Seth Rollins got. Every time that man paused for a second in his promo, the crowd was right back along singing with him. So that man, and even they cheered Riddle. Then Rollins stomped on Riddle's, or gave Riddle a stomp right after they were cheering Riddle, and the crowd still popped for Seth and everything. So that man's over. Kai with a 2 count on Aliyah. Here's my fantasy booking. I want to see Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns. Yeah, that's very much fantasy booking. Although with the rumors and everything that Matt Hardy, or Jesus Christ, Matt Hardy. Y'all in the chat there are getting me all thrown off. Calm it down. I kid. But with the Young Bucks potentially reaching out to or sending feelers out to WWE, which basically means they sent a text to KO and said, hey, do you think Hunter would want us over there? I think that very much was a whole play to try and, I guess, work some sort of leverage with Tony. The guys are suspended. WWE, at this point, to me, wants no interest in them. And I know we're covering Monday Night Raw, but
here it is. The whole thing about there was feelers. It's a bullshit story. And even if you read the stories that were going around, they were tissue. They were tissue paper. Like there's no substance to it. So a friend of a friend of a friend told me, like, get the fuck out of here. And at this point, would Papa Paul consider scooping up a Kenny Omega just to prove a point and maybe trying to harness his talent, because he does have talent? He just needs shown how to be a pro wrestler. Yeah, absolutely. However, I think the Bucks are dead in the water right now. I think, their reputation precedes them, and just out of spite, Papa Paul might just leave them there. The automatic thought that the WWE can't wait for the Bucks to get free in 2024, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, the Hunter's got no use for them. Like I said, to me, what they would do is, if you really wanted to do it, you get them and you get Kenny just to take them away from Tony. You put them in a feud with the Bloodline. If you still got that going, that's, to me, your top feud. You have that go for one match. You have Reigns and the Bloodline go over, and then you just job out the Bucks, honestly.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll sign. I don't think they'll go for it in that regard.
Oh, absolutely not. It's one of those and that's not me being a quote unquote WWE mark. It's just, honestly, the Bucks, like you said, they've backed themselves into a corner in all the wrong ways possible.
And ran their mouth, and they were cute. At least they thought they were.
EVPs of a company, act like it.
That's it. Just figure your shit out. Act like fucking adults. They're in their 30s, like us. Put your shit together and figure it out. Like, we get it. You're having a whole lot of fun. But the kid jokes and the after-school specials, we're over it. You're EVPs. Act like it. And if you got popped in the eye and hit with a chair and bit, you probably deserved it.
Right. EVPs of companies don't reach out, oh, do you think you'd be interested in me? No. That's great. That doesn't mean WWE is interested in them at all.
That's such a bullshit leak, though. And this is where we talked about, and I know, listen, the women are giving us a good match. Not bad, good action. Raquel just gets the hot tag, chucks Sky into Kai. Kai gets an elbow. Kai gets a clothesline. Raquel is on a heater. But yes, yeah, Nick, I mean, ultimately, like you said, you're the EVPs of the company. So to leak this out, like, it's almost like, we're thinking of leaving. We can't wait to get out of here. Yeah, no.
Well, it's, again, we've talked about it before, and Punk was fully right with that. If there's anyone in that company that is leaking information in an unprofessional manner, it's people who are EVPs of that company, and they can't let their ego go to one side. So that's why constantly Meltzer's reporting stories specifically towards the Bucks.
Well, and again, that Meltzer's, listen, I don't know Meltzer on a personal level. The man's done more in his career than I'll probably ever do. But man, this guy is so wedged between the Young Bucks buttholes. It is sad and it's depressing. Like, this guy, when I was young, and I know probably the same for you, Nick, like you turned to Meltzer for knowledge in wrestling, and we turned to Meltzer back in the day to get stories and angles and understand what was going on in the wrestling world. And then he just went to shit. He lost his, it just, honestly,
he lost all credibility. That's the thing. As EO dumps Raquel onto the outside, and Aliyah goes for a roll up for a 2 count.
Did you see Raquel and Dakota? Raquel and Aliyah try that tandem offense, and it didn't go quite as
I'm not surprised. But it's honestly, I feel like Dave's lost a lot of credibility when it comes to this whole situation. I like you said, I looked up to the man initially and everything. The man was, your go-to, he was your Wikipedia when it came to professional wrestling. But now he's turned out to be a complete and total mark, very much just like Tony Khan is for the Young Bucks, for the elite. He's the number one cheerleader of the Cucamonga kids.
I mean, listen, they must be very skilled Anyway, we'll new topic, but just to get back to the wrestling real quick, so we don't beat up the Bucks any more than we already are.
We do have. We'll be
What
here
the
for
fuck was
Wednesday night as
that?
well, folks. If you want to hear us talk AEW,
Bud, watch this finish and try and tell me what she just did.
what in the?
I'm a squirrel. What?
Right. Backpack. That's what it was. It was like a backpack code, like pop-up code breaker or backstabber.
Yeah. Io looked legitimately fucking pumped. Look, she looks thrilled.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I like it.
She literally looks like she's about to start crying.
That match ran into fucking mud. Like it literally was just jogging along. Just ran into mud.
That's what happens when you book a match that didn't need to happen. Imagine if this was the end of the finals right now instead of getting that stupid ass 3-week title reign.
Yeah, I mean, that was a dull match.
That's why we're talking about AEW during most of it.
Yeah, Son, how are you? Oh, Bucks, Omega, and Page remind me of the Click. No, you're wrong. The Click were top guys.
Right. To quote Papa Paul, what we did was cool. That's not.
Oh, we're getting pyro.
Omega with his whole, we're not a novelty act. We're not a tribute act. We're not a parody. Oh, yeah. If that ain't the pot calling the kettle black.
Are you fucking
And look at all the pyro and everything. This should have been the fucking final.
Yeah. I don't understand.
We botched this tournament like AW did with the trios tournament.
A week late, but they got it right.
And we're having Raquel console Aliyah.
What a horrible finish, though. Damage control won. They need some damage control after that nonsense. Uh-oh.
That's what that match was. Damage control. Oh, shit. We booked it wrong the first time.
Fucking Tony Khan needs some damage control right about now.
Oh, he needs a lot more.
So now we got Rey Mysterio in the back talking to young Eddie Guerrero. I mean, his son.
Dominik Guerrero. Rey Mysterio is talking to his nephew, Dominik Guerrero.
Dad, I love her. Leave me alone.
I'm giving you this silent treatment. Get out of my room. That's Dom's locker room, is just where they keep all the stairs. All the extras, all the stairs they had to take out for the stage.
Did you just say Melter sandwich?
Hey, don't say that too loud. Next, whenever the Young Bucks come back from their suspension or whenever they do another Being the Elite, they'll have something like that for crying out loud.
I would love the Bucks to barber to do a room angry at me. It'd be my favorite day. Laugh my ass off. She bounced. Oh, yeah. Why did she bounce? Anyone out there?
It was an interesting maneuver, but it looks confusing as hell. It looks,
and then it just ended with a roll
than it does on them.
Just pinned her. Poppy knows best. That's a T-shirt. Why is he not wearing a shirt that says Poppy knows best right now? WWE.
Give the man a little bit of respect. Like, at least
Poppy knows best is amazing.
Retain some shred of dignity.
No, I like Poppy knows best. Shush. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into Chad Gable versus the return of Johnny Gargano. Let us know who's going to win this match, or do we have to ask?
Right. Do we need to ask that one? It's this Rebel Heart, and you know that for a fact.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get Rebel Heart. I gotta turn up a little.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
And everyone's favorite butterball, Otis. He literally looks like a turkey. You put the wrestling boots on.
Cannonball. He's a human cannonball.
Cannonball. Johnny wrestling for the win. That's a good bet, Damien.
Yeah, just a little bit. Gee, who wins? The guy that they've been, just using as a comedy shtick, or the guy that's returning that was
right? Yeah, baby. Right? The guy we have high hopes for, the guy that's been here.
The guy we were booking into being, a challenger for the world title, or the guy who was Shorty G, a month or
He's
so
still
ago.
Shorty G to me. It's never faded. It's stuck. I cannot forget that Gable was Shorty G. That Dom face. Yeah, the angry teenager face. Yo, John, is
You
Dom
could take it as Dom's face or Rhea with that Dom face.
Oh, snap. Shit. I mean, I love what Rhea Ripley's doing. Push her towards the belt. She is in just a groove, and it works.
Have her go after Bianca.
Yes, with that attitude.
That's a match that to me could be a WrestleMania match between those two. Yeah, they're both big. They're both powerhouses. They're both athletic. Yeah. And right now, Rhea's a star,
and it's a good angle.
They're always going to push Bianca.
No, I agree with you on that, Nick, because you get Rhea with that chip on her shoulder and this attitude that she has right now, going up against the smiling babyface that is Belair. It's a great counter, and I'm in. I agree with you. It could be a great match.
Right.
TV. Andrade probably hanging out in the staircase. Andrade's praying that his phone rings and it says Papa Paul right on the display. Praying.
If you've seen that Eric Andre meme to where he's grabbing at the gate and everything, screaming, "Let me in!" Right? That's Andrade right now at Titan Towers.
Yeah, man. And I think there's a few people like that. But I mean, look what they did with Andrade. And I don't want to go beating this drum again, but Andrade's a guy that could come back eventually because he went over there with all the hopes. And even now, they did it again. They put him, with Rouge and Dragon Lee, and it looked like they were doing something. They took Dragon's mask off, so I thought they were going to make him a little more serious. They never explained that. They just ended the show. That was random. But and then they go under in the tournament. You're like, fuck. And this is why the Bucks and Kenny, particularly the Bucks in this case, I think, but all three of them, getting suspended and pulled away from this is good for the company, because then maybe you'll get guys like the House of Black over, or you'll get Ruby Soho over in the women's division, or some other people being pushed and not fizzled out. And that includes Andrade and the faction they were building in Los Granables.
Oh, Los Granables.
What he said.
Well, I do. It is funny to me how you had so many factions on screen. It almost seems like they were literally also backstage competing for airtime, for screen time, for the best that top feud, that storyline.
No, I agree with you on that one, Nick. So, I mean, we'll see. What's up, Greg? How you doing? I will remind everyone that we're now in another commercial. That up next, Johhny Gargano makes his in-ring debut, going up against Chad Gable. But, folks, we do this all the time. We will be back tomorrow for the 1-year anniversary of NXT 2.0. Fan votes. You get to pick the stipulations. You get to pick tag team partners. You get to pick the opponent of Carmelo Hayes. So there's a lot going on tomorrow. It should be a fun show. AEW Dynamite, the most exciting night of the week for the wrong reasons at this point.
Right.
One of the busiest nights on this channel out of nowhere. It used to be one of our quieter nights, and it's been busy. So tune in on Wednesday to see who's going to shoot, who's going to come bursting through the curtain and tell someone to go themselves.
Who still works for the company? Is the company still going?
Who's not injured? Who can actually wrestle?
Who's not suspended?
Who? Thursday, we come back with a live Let's Rumble, doubleheader Friday, and the weekends are always fun around here. So tune in, like, subscribe, tell everybody we are here doing it like nobody else, at a pace like nobody else, and we love bringing you these shows. We are one big wrestling family for the fans, by fans. So thank you for being here. Make sure you check us out on Instagram and Twitter as well. And let's grow this army up as we head towards 1K. Gargano's here.
This rebel heart. One of the best themes right now, honestly, in WWE is Gargano's.
Yeah, I mean, it's recognizable. It's sing-alongable.
It's a banger.
It's a banger.
Oh, I might. And he just looks happy and excited to be there.
Right? Well, I mean, he finally made it. And we felt like he would never be on this stage if Vince was still there. And I still think there's a high probability that, Vince still being there means he's a product of AEW right now, if that didn't happen.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, they did bring him up once for that brief period, remember, and they completely disregarded the whole feud that was going on between him and Ciampa and put him back as DIY. But now, like we were just talking before about how we could see him competing for the title, down the road. That's not something you would see under Vince. And it realistically sounds like a solid option in the Papa Paul, the cerebral, era.
Right.
Yeah, I see you.
What?
Laughing at this.
Yeah, I chuckled. Good job, JV. You got a little pop in.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. I even saw people saying it's like Dig Dug and all that.
Right. Could you see the return of Selena Vega versus Bianca Belair? Maybe if they put her in the show better. If she's coming out doing that queen shit again with multiple accents, like she's got multiple personalities, I'm not in for it.
Now, this is a bit fantasy booking, and I'll try and be quick because we got ding ding, folks. So we are underway. Let us know who you're taking for this match, Johhny Gargano or Chad Gable, and why is it Johhny Gargano?
Oh, wow.
But I think if you get the chance to get a certain Malachi who he's on a conditional release, but you have those two come back together. Husband and wife, all of that. I'm here for it.
You think that? No, I mean, truthfully, dude, when we were just talking about him, in a perfect world, for my sake, you get Andrade back in this company, you give him Selena, you make him relevant again because she's phenomenal.
That's true.
She was great as his advisor. And if she wants to throw in a match or two, at least she's the badass that, that works with Andrade that's now getting in the ring, not some irritating fake queen.
Right. Well, do you have Andrade come back and he takes over Escobar's?
You can't do that because I think, they can have a battle. They can have a war for it, but Escobar's done it better. I'm sorry. I'm a big Andrade fan. Escobar's been a stud for 2 years now?
Right.
He was the closest thing to making the 205 belt relevant for a while. He almost revived it. He almost revived it.
Oh, absolutely. And this has been a very catch-as-catch-can match so far.
You knew it was going to be.
Well, and it's interesting that you don't even honestly see a lot of this on WWE or AEW, to be honest, right now.
No, and I'm all for it. The problem is Rhea Ripley can actually wrestle. Why is that a problem, boss?
That's not a problem at all.
Huh, Box Monster? Not sure how I feel about Damage Control winning. Why? Everyone's proposing like philosophical questions to us right now. And
not sure how I feel about that. Tell me, how does that make you feel?
I don't know how you feel, Pink Ranger. No, I mean, I like it. To Nick's point, and he's 100% accurate on this one. He, book it right the first time. And that should have been the tournament win with the pyro. The happy moment, the Cardona win. I don't care for it.
Yeah, it's one of those, if you're going to do that, do it with the NXT belts. Don't do that with these. You're trying to revive these. You're trying to make these relevant. You had two of your top women in your company walk out because of the way you mishandled these, and you already come out of the gates all stumbly, fumbly, bumbly.
Chad Gable's growing on me, bro. I hate what is happening to me.
I'm a fan of him. He's mini Kurt Angle.
Yeah, I mean, I wish he was a little more.
I wish I was a little bit taller.
Tall, yeah, there you go.
Hey, he was a baller, Shorty G. So he just needs to get a little bit taller.
That's it, man. But he drilled him with that right hand. And Shorty G is now in control of Johhny Gargano. And I'm assuming most people out there have already put their votes in for Johhny. So let us know. Yeah, I like that idea, Edward. Welcome back, by the way. Larry, good to see you. Otis looks like the final stage of Dig Dug before he blows up. Ouch. Listen.
What did Otis ever do to you people? I love Otis.
Listen. Yeah, listen, I got nothing but love for the bigger fellas. Like, I mean, that sounded completely
from one big man to another big man.
Yeah, that's it. But no, I mean, he's funny. When they shaved him completely down, he looked like someone took a butterball and stood him up and put him in boots.
But you can't tell me though that when they were doing that whole thing with him and Mandy, he wasn't one of the most over baby faces in this company.
I don't get why Vince and the crew would continually fuck shit like that up. And excuse my language.
Because guys like Otis don't get girls like Mandy. That's the thing with them.
But that's the story. That's the story.
No one said that they could figure it out. Oh, Gargano with a senton
did
on
his
to
like
Gable
did
on the
they
outside.
just and I'm in a commercial, but did they just forget to give that man hearing aids? Because like literally, if you just listen to the audience, you have a pretty good idea where you put people, right? We talked about that with Tony All Out with Caster and Bowens, where you could hear what the crowd wanted, and you might have wanted to give it to him.
Right. Is this man deaf? Can this man hear? Yeah,
Otis,
we got that.
Now
everybody's just shooting on Otis. Like I said,
yeah, poor Otis. I love
Otis alone.
All I said was it wasn't a good look when they,
all
waxed him.
AEW needs is the big bad booty daddy, big Papa Pump. No, that man will just go on about his cow story again or something.
Plus, he can't move anymore.
Yeah, that man's stiffer than a $2 steak.
Right, it would be like a fucking shed trying to wrestle.
Right, and he's already in. He already made peace and went into the WWE Hall of Fame, even though he said some very harsh things about Hunter and Steph.
Well, and there was all that heat about the airport.
Right, so I think his, for the sake of Braun getting a push in NXT and in WWE, no Steiner is going over to AEW anytime soon.
No, and I don't think they have any desire to. I don't, I don't get the impression Rick is like, man, I need to get back in there. Scotty, I think, could be like, fuck it for fun. I'd go in the ring, but I don't think he's a wrestler at this point. At most, you could make him like bring him out as maybe like a manager kind of idea, a mouthpiece for a tag team, maybe. Like the mouthpiece for the Creed brothers, right? Like,
well, I've already compared AEW to WCW. So would he just be collecting like all the Infinity Stones of like the death of WCW just to finally snap away
right?
AEW?
Oh, he's got to go get Russo. He's got to get
he's got to get Russo. We can help you out with that, TK. He's got to get Scott Steiner. He's got to get Eric Bischoff. He's got to get Hogan, and well, he can't get Kevin Nash because Kevin Nash is a Hunter guy.
Jeff Jarrett?
Click. Jarrett. He thought he had Jarrett there for a minute.
Right,
little bit.
I got Johhny wrestling for the win. Good call. Dale, Theory, Gargano, and Index as a faction. Wasn't that kind of the faction already?
That was called The Way.
Yeah, The Way. I just calling out the fact that Johhny Wrestling getting big chance. Even during headlocks, the fans are breaking out into Johhny Wrestling chants. And again, I think that's what differs between Hunter and Vince, is that Vince didn't give a shit what the reaction was. He was just looking at this human being in front of him, being like, "You're small. You don't work."
He didn't hear, like you said. He turned his hearing aid down when he was in Gorilla, so that's how he could yell at Michael Cole through the headset. So he didn't hear the reactions. As long as he just heard noise, muffled noise, you couldn't tell whether it was a cheer or a boo.
Right.
He just heard the louder it was, the better. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to push them," even if we were booing the bejesus out of them.
Right. Johhny Wrestling for the win. What?
Vega
and Belair could make a good team, but not a permanent team. I don't love it, Larry. No offense, but
it kind of goes into everybody just, you're a woman and you're a woman. Now you're a tag team.
Just the Yahtzee.
Right. Just roll of the dice. Shucks. I got Natalia and Sonia.
I got
Natalia and Tamina.
I got craps.
Right.
That's just keep rolling Snake Eyes. Fuck.
Snake Eyes is Aliyah.
Oh wow. I put the IC title on Andrade and put him with Flair. Now, JV. You know what, buddy? I know you're a couple cases deep and it's your birthday and all, but that might be a little bit of interesting booking for me and a very compelling proposition, because she would help him get over as a heel with the crowd. And that's where he lacks, is getting himself over. Selena Vega did it for him. But now if they came out as like a power couple that just shit on everybody and she was the mouthpiece, it might work.
Yeah, him and Charlotte are that works for me.
That's not a little bad piece of business right there, sir. Oh, why?
Right.
He might ask what, but why?
What? Is he just standing in as one of the ring posts?
Oh, snap.
Man's fucking literal moving tree.
So right now we got Gable. Oh, that was weird. Gable just shot himself over the ropes.
Why?
Yeah,
Yep.
there wasn't really a push off.
yeah.
We missed the push off.
Little bit.
Gable was a little exuberant.
Zigged when he should have zagged.
Oh,
but
cross
a stiff-ass
body.
elbow.
Enziguri. To the ear. How is it I like Jimmy Jones except on commentary on Raw?
Because
I like him in other places. I think his as a podcaster and stuff, he's good. As a commentator on Raw, I can't get behind him.
Because it's I love that mid-rope spear.
Right?
The slingshot spear. But it's because you can tell he doesn't actually have a passion for it.
You think that's it?
I feel like honestly, because he's the antithesis of Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee, you can absolutely tell 100% that man is passionate about what's going on. Even if he's completely clueless, he's just excited and happy to be there. Jimmy Smith constantly looks like he's just there to collect a paycheck.
Right.
And I say that respectfully, but give me Mauro Ranallo any day of the week.
I would bring back Black with Brody King and Murphy and Julia Hart. Yeah, okay, well, I mean, it's going to take a little bit.
Why don't we take the House of Black and push them over there?
Well, I mean, in a perfect world,
what you would say.
Do it, but I mean, it's going to take a lot of finagling to pull all that off.
Yeah, you got to wait another probably 2 years before that company fully caves in and goes up for sale.
Yeah, I would like to see. The last time I really, really liked, I liked what Malachi Black was doing or Alistair was doing with AEW. I really did. But it never went anywhere.
It's because they lost them terribly. And Gable going up top. They constantly had the House of Black go under when they should have been getting pushed. Lands on his feet.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Did Gable just break his ankles? Jesus Christ. Sorry.
No. Oh. That man, yeah.
Wow.
With the dummy ankle is there to get that bridge.
Whew.
That man folded like a lawn chair on that. That was a powerful.
Dude, his ankles look like they
suplex.
Broke. Yeah, Dale, who's Omos fighting tonight, buddy?
I know. Damon was asking, who is Omos?
Who is almost? Oh, we got it.
Omos tonight. Omos is standing in as a ring post.
Oh shit.
Kofi Winston, what up?
Kofi, how you doing, buddy? We live. We always live.
All day, every day.
Who's fishing tonight, Dale? Who's almost fighting?
What is happening with these questions?
I don't know. Damien, is everybody celebrating JV's birthday?
Exactly. I think everyone's a couple cases deep.
Oh, Gargano spins him around. No.
Oh.
Into the corner. Back up. Another. Oh, Gable's got a lot of strength for a little guy, man.
Like I said, he reminds me a ton of Kurt Angle. They really could do something like that. He reminds me of dorky Kurt Angle, like when he'd have the little cowboy hat singing, backstage with Austin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, big clothesline. A left-hand clothesline. I like it as a lefty. Let's be frank.
Juice effect.
Right? Some of these wrestlers need the it factor. Yes, Boss Monster, you're not wrong. And one of the things we're seeing, we saw it a lot tonight with Riddle, Rollins, who else tonight where the crowd was really into it? Johnny Gargano. You're getting that audience interaction. The audience is into it. They're chanting things out. They're singing the songs. So that adds to that it factor when you're connecting with the audience. For the longest time, the wrestlers were just coming out and running routines and not connecting at all. And to the credit, AEW did a really good job connecting with their fans.
It does also, though, a bit go into how you book them, how you book the show. Like, you can have, a ready-made star, but if you present them in a shit manner, you're going to get, not any sort of pleasurable outcome from that. Oh. Everybody's eating kicks. Slingshot DDT.
It's over.
1, 2, 3.
Johhny Wrestling has returned with a big, big win, folks. Let us know in the chat. How do you feel about it? You happy to see Johhny get his win? What's next for Johhny? I have a feeling Theory is going to be involved in the next minute or so. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm glad too it wasn't a complete squash. That it was an actual good match between those two.
Oh, Weebles Wobbles. Oh, he told him to suck it and rolled out. Nice.
Oh.
Johhny gives Otis the suck it.
That was the equivalent of like some like Spider-Man of like last second like dip back. That man just rolled out with the quickness.
Right. I had enough of your shit.
Right.
Uh-oh. Watch your back. Called it. Called it. You can't walk backwards up the ramp. You know something's coming.
Yeah. Oh. Theory with the briefcase to the back of Gargano. What does it? Oh, he's going to take a selfie.
I got a feeling, man. I've been calling it, dude. I want to see Johhny challenge for that Money in the Bank.
I'm here for it.
Listen, I think it's the ultimate Triple H move. If Papa Paul, if you haven't thought of this yet, pay attention. Because literally, to take the Money in the Bank from Austin Theory, the ultimate Vince guy, and give it to Johnny Gargano as the example of an NXT that you kind of destroyed, because and a Triple H guy deep through and through, with the exception of maybe Ciampa.
Kind of the antithesis of a Vince guy.
It's symbolic, bro.
Oh, that's the full Vincectomy right there. We've already talked about them pretty much beating the Vince out of him before with how this man just constantly came out and was getting jobbed out. I mean, the man ate a right hand from Tyson Fury trying to cash in Money in the Bank.
I really genuinely like the idea of Johhny bouncing back.
Right. I think we send that at the same time.
Right, you're good. Where are we going with this? We got that one. Take Otis and Piper and then make them a couple. Like Piper and Evans? Why? How are we getting there?
They're just saying that because they're both plus size. That's me.
Yeah, that would no, there's jokes in there. I can't do it. I like being on YouTube and I don't want to get shut down. Do you realize Jinder Mahal title reign was more productive than Punk's 2 reigns as AEW champion? Well, the 2 reigns of Punk in AEW have been, nothing. So that's the problem. So anybody's title reigns have probably been more productive or better than what Punk has done, whether it's his fault or not. I mean, he can't really help being hurt and suspended and involved in brawl. I guess he could have kind of helped in that regard. But yeah, folks, I mean, I liked Jinder Mahal. I liked when they gave him that push. I know a lot of people hated it, but he was so hated and he had so much heat. It was like old 80s wrestling where they were just mad about him. And it was just out of left field. Now they did some stupid shit with him, but overall, as a heel, as his entrance was wicked. Yeah, I think they dropped the ball. And even with the Bollywood brothers causing trouble, maybe because there's a Canadian connection there. But nonetheless, folks, I was a pretty big fan. Did not say Damian. He's probably going to fight a jobber, guys. Could you see Kevin Nash in a... No. Actually, if you're following the trend, JV, I'm just waiting for it to be announced that Kevin Nash is now the executive VP of talent coordination or match booking, whatever fake title they make up for him. But it feels like Triple H is very much on a, where are my friends? Can I hire my buddies? So eventually we're going to kind of see, let's call up Sean Waltman, get him in here, get Nash in here, fucking, and the only one left would be, of course, Razor. But beyond that is, Mr. Scissor Me Daddy. He's the only one left out. So the boys are all here. I highly expect Kevin Nash to be, at least, I imagine he already is having conversations with Triple H on a friend level of what he thinks of the show and such, and their relationship. So I wouldn't surprise me, and follow the path. It kind of seems like it's going that way. Whew. Now, folks, we are coming out of the commercial. I'll see what we're getting next. Oh, we got Austin Theory still in the ring. Gary says, talking about wrestlers who can't move anymore, has anyone seen Tyrus lately? Yeah, he's in the NWA. We watched him a couple weeks ago. Just had a title. Did he win the title? Yeah. So, I mean, he's done well, and he's been on Fox. So I'm curious, are you referring to the fact that you don't think he can move anymore? I think Tyrus done well kind of building an image for himself, though. Scott Steiner is still wrestling in the indies. Kind of, sort of. Doesn't mean it's a good thing. All right, so Austin Theory getting what chanted? Where's Nick when we need him? What? Hogan is the last stone along with Flair, right? Wow, here comes KO. This has been a really intertwined angle. Like a lot of weaving, like, you know, Theory comes out and smashes Gargano. Gargano's been in issues. Obviously, we just saw a match between him and Gable. KO, Theory, like here comes KO now. So let me know, folks. What do you think is happening here? Where are they going with this? Are we going to get a KO match? Are we going to get a KO Gargano Theory triple threat? But all I know is somebody's very happy with the return of Triple H, and it's that man on TV right there, right now. Undeniably. And the crowd is over. Or he is over with the crowd. My bad. They are popping. Woo. Oh, it's funny. That's funny, Larry. I'm not sure. I think it birthday. I don't know where you're going with that part. Hey, I was due a good idea. Aren't we all? Yeah. Kevin Owens, folks, what do you think of KO? Obviously, I'm a big fan of the gentleman, and I'm a huge fan of what he's doing as of late. I like his energy. I like where he's going with it. What exactly? I like how they're booking him. I like how they're letting him go on the mic. I think he's interesting. I don't know how all this ties together, but maybe that's what it is. Maybe we put the Money in the Bank back up. We have do it all over again. Extreme Rules ladder match. Johnny Gargano, Chad Gable, Austin Theory, KO. Remember? And a surprise? Oh, Theory getting over as a heel. I like it. Oh, yeah. It's probably a problem. What? That's called. I hear you. It's going nowhere. It's got to go somewhere, boss. I'm happy that Triple H is booking KO like he should, and I'm loving it. Absolutely. I loved it. Listen, KO McIntyre, I thought they were on point when they went nose to nose. See, now KO's bringing up. You were only handed these opportunities. See, now KO questioning it. Am I on to something, folks? Flair needs to stay away from wrestling unless he's watching Charlotte. Could Flair be involved as like? I mean, I think Flair would be awesome as like the GM of a one of the wrestling shows. And maybe you think I'm crazy, but hear me out. He's still got all the style and profile, and Even at his age, he's fun to watch. Could you imagine someone coming in the room and trying to get something out of him? He just keeps wooing him, and he's half crazy and half senile. I think it would make for entertaining TV. Should Ric Flair ever get in a ring again? No. We were live and watched his last match. If you haven't seen that stream, go check it out below. But I think there's some value to Ric Flair still. If he's healthy and coherent, yeah. He's funny as shit, man. And he's an icon. He's internationally known. He transcends wrestling. Anything else I can say about the guy? Look at KO is just drilling into Austin Theory, folks. Woo! Dude, you even popped me via just reading it popped me. For those who don't know, that's the wee woo of Ric Flair wrestling. You know, the ambulance. Yeah, you get it. You get it, right? KO debut, one belt off Cena in an open challenge. Yes, he did. Good call. Did he? I liked Paige's debut. Where's Victor? It wasn't my turn to watch him, boss. Okay, hey KJ, please help me. You remember that 7-footer TNA had, and they wanted to push. I think he faced Crimson and then went away. I don't remember the name. I think it was Tyrant or something like that. You're testing my memory. My head went a completely different way. Let me think about it. I don't know off the top of my head, JV. Where's Victor? I don't know. Got that one. Open challenge for Raw. Oh, that's coming up next. Co-main event. This promo is amazing. Wow. He's actually got this is fucking good. Tyson Tomko, Christian's bodyguard. Haven't heard that name in a minute, Big Nick. Tyrant Tomko, yeah. Was Tomko 7 foot? I don't think he was a 7-footer. My head went to Nathan Jones. The fan, stunner. Oh, shit. KO claps that man upside the face. And they're fighting. But how does this all tie into Gargano? I like this. They're throwing. Oh, the refs took a minute, but they got there. Hi, Big Nick. I'm KJ. Come on, Ronnie. You know better. I got something in mind. Boom, boom, boom. Big Nick. Hi, Big Nick. I got that one. How's Raw so far? Not bad. What do you think, folks? Don't give me a rating. Just give me a not bad. How do you feel about Raw so far? You liking it? Hating it? Loving it? Right now, we got KO and Austin Theory being pulled apart. Here comes KO again. I like it. I like this. Now, does anyone out there feel like this is too similar to what we saw with Seth earlier? Larry's like, I don't care. I'm giving a rating. 7.5 so far. Not bad. Jamal, good to see you. Thank you for being here, bud. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. Hola. Hi, Ronnie. Yo, Austin Theory bleeding. And listen, Austin Theory's done wonders for me right now. Kevin Owens leans in and says, "A broken nose is just the beginning, bitch." And his nose might be broken. It didn't look pretty. The brawl is on. Here comes Belair up next, by the way. Anybody got some predictions for who's going to be the mystery opponent? Who's going to accept the open challenge? If it's Nikki Ash, I'm going to leave the screen. I promise. Oh my God, that was the best promo in WWE in ages. Rally Sport, welcome back, buddy. And I happen to be on par with you, bud. That was fucking stellar. Stellar. Anyone else feel that way? KO dug in, but Austin Theory hung right with him. He was emotional. He was passionate. And at one point when he was giving that speech about like this, you know, you want to be the face of the company, Theory like had a gloss to his eye, looked like he was like really getting a pep talk. And KO's money in the bank, not to use that pun. Speaking of money in the bank.
Right. But that to me very much felt like that, almost that kind of, it's called a promo kid. If you want to be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to cut one. It kind of felt like that kind of moment of like, I'm going to go out there and I'm really going to lay it in as thick as I can. Because that's the thing is KO is money on the mic. The guys should be a top guy. And I'm glad he's stuck around in WWE because he will be a top guy there, especially under Hunter. But yeah, that whole segment was fantastic. You even have Austin Theory leaving all bloodied up and KO just leaning over, still talking trash the whole time.
Well, that's it. And like you got Theory selling it though. Theory's not just backing up and being very stoic. No,
right.
Like, he's great in his teeth. He looks like, man, I just want to kill him. It worked. It worked from start to finish, Nick.
Oh, yeah, and that shows you, though, that there is still potential in Austin Theory. I know that we rag on him because he was Vince's guy, but he was Vince's guy also for a reason. It's not like Vince just, picks people that, aren't going to be anything in this business.
Right. No, and I mean, you've got a point. I said it from the beginning. I mean, he can talk. He can, he can get in there. And he can wrestle pretty good. I can't say I've seen enough where I'm like, he's a great wrestler, but good. Green, but good.
Yeah, he's right.
Yes. The answer to that question, Jamal, is yes.
Yeah, that's an easy yes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, like you said, with Vince, he was getting a push, a soft push, but like, I mean, he should have never won the Money in the Bank. We all agree on that. Anybody out there disagree?
Yeah, no.
I didn't think so. I'll wait.
Right, yeah. Vince was very much, that man was getting pushed. There was talks about him having a match with Cena.
Yeah.
That Cena would have put him over as like the next big guy.
And I'm okay with that match. And I'm okay with that outcome. Not today. Not this WrestleMania, maybe WrestleMania 40, where we'll see how he does, but maybe WrestleMania 41 or 42. Like, let the kid develop and really get in a groove of who he is, that he deserves to go over John Cena.
Right.
KO so good. I mean, they let him loose, and he's not nervous and apprehensive.
When has KO ever been nervous and apprehensive?
I think a lot of times when under Vince's control, he wasn't as clean as this. He wasn't as comfortable as this at times, where he was told specific things to say and kind of how they wanted it. And you've seen it in times where it was reported and, they did the little docs about where he felt insecure about what he was doing because, he'd get a thumbs up, then a thumbs down. Like he couldn't seem to.
He couldn't ever hit the true mark and everything. And I could see that because that's the thing is he's got his own style and you just kind of have to let him go and do his thing.
And I think that's Papa Paul, grabs him by the shoulders and says, "Hey kid, do you?" Smacks him on the ass and sends him out there. And
remember who Kevin Steen is.
Yeah. And when you get the wrestlers, male or female, to be genuine, that's the best shit. That's your money.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what sucks people in. That's why more people showed up at the beginning of AEW last week. They clear over 1 million to start that show, viewer-wise, because we all want to know the true shit, the stuff close to home.
Right. That's the thing is you have to be genuine to actually draw people into this. You can't, At this point, the age of pulling the wool over people's eyes and all of that is gone.
Right. Yep. You got to be authentic.
Right.
And it's always tried and true. You can go back through all the old wrestling tapes, the most authentic wrestlers that you believed in, that, oh my God, that's what that dude is really like. If I bumped into him on the street, he would do that. Yeah. And those were the ones that got the biggest pops and the biggest feels.
Right. And that goes back to the tried and true method of the best characters, the best gimmicks are that person just turned up to 11.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Can we officially say Theory's nose was broken? It got smushed potato.
Yeah.
He definitely got a nosebleed. Part of it looked like maybe he took a scratch, like KO had an errant thumbnail come down his nose.
Oh, just kind of one of those, just nicked him enough.
But I don't know if it was just the way the camera looked, because they, even KO said a broken nose is just the beginning, bitch. Like, oh,
so then he must have kind of known. So I mean,
popped him in the nose.
Good old Canadian headbutt.
Will Theory throw his jersey at Extreme Rules?
What jersey? What?
I want Bayley to accept the new Raw Women's Open Challenge, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Sonya Deville.
For once, Chris, you're right in picking Bayley, and it's not just forced.
Yeah, I mean that's that's not very nice, but true.
Right.
No, it's definitely
it's not nice. Doesn't mean it's wrong.
It feels like it should be Bayley, right?
Oh yeah. And now, could you imagine that Control leaves tonight with all 3 belts?
Yeah, I'm down. Let's go.
Be interesting as all get out.
Oh, we were right about Sonya. Someone else leaked out it was already Sonya, didn't they? I feel like I knew.
I think someone in our chat said it was.
If that was a guess, good job. But I mean,
right. Even Bianca kind of looks like, really?
You still work here?
This is the best you got?
Yeah, absolutely, Gary.
And I do. With that being said, I am very much a big fan of Sonya. It's just
I have
booked her into the ground right now.
Oh, she's been booked into complete, like, just
obscurity,
complete apathy. We don't really care at all. Sorry.
Right.
Meh. That's not bad. Okay. Sonya comes off Sonya. Belair, I just wish she could just seem a little more natural. Take some tips from KO.
Well, she is talented. I will give her that and everything. And she's got a good cross-promotional potential and everything. She's in her and Montez are in a lot of ads.
Right.
For that kind of cross promote with WWE. So
no way, Jamal. No.
Yep.
No, I'd shave my beard if that happened.
Oh God, I ain't going that far. To me, it's going to be, and you nailed it when you said it before a while ago, honestly. It's going to be adrenaline in my soul.
Number 28 or number 27.
Yeah. Right? Number 30. That's
I hate when it's 30. And
that's what they'll do. And the lights will go out, so you'll all guess who it is, and then you'll hear wrestling has more than one royal family.
Right. So no, I hate when the 30 comes in and wins like that. Make them 27 or 28. You get a little bit of action with them. We get a pop.
But still, everybody, I feel you count down for 30 to be something special.
No,
unless you're gonna
that's the problem. I know. So, I mean, I love the Rumbles, and sometimes you're like number 30, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess that's it. So
right, and that's it, folks.
It's got to be someone pretty good. Some years of 30, I mean, we should look back through it. It's funny as hell, but some of the 30s have been. You're like, okay, on to the guys in the ring.
Right. Well, we know you're not winning, so back to the action.
Right. Now, we are in a commercial break, folks. Let us know how you're feeling out there. Happy Monday, by the way. If you're just tuning in, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this all the goddamn time. I quickly do want to remind everybody while we are on commercial that we have T-shirts. Yes, we do.
What?
Nick, pull that comment back.
Okay.
Thank you, bud. Yeah, we do have t-shirts. So yeah, check the t-shirts out. Go to altwrestlingtees.com or not.com on Instagram, or you go redbubble.com. Alt Wrestling Shop. It's kind of hard to remember all these, but go check them out. Their whole catalog. Go to the Wrestling for Life Network section and get yourself. You can get a what t-shirt, Nick?
What?
A what t-shirt?
What?
No, a what t-shirt?
What?
All right. You can also get the Mr. Every Night t-shirt. Buy this one, take it to the bar, let everybody know what's up, and put out that bat signal, boys and girls. And then, of course, if you're just not having anybody's attitude, opinion, or general sense of being, you tell them to cut the shit, like our man, Mr. CJ Brand. So go check out our shirts. Go check out the collection, and go check out Alt Wrestling Tees. Also, you can reach out to Alt Wrestling Tees at altwrestlingtees@gmail.com. I said alt and at a lot there.
Yeah, I think the link might be in the description on the channel, I believe, as well.
It is, and it is in the description of the episode as well. So go down below and also find our social. Also, you can go to SeatGeek.com, save 20% when you use the code Wrasslin. So go pick an event, go pick a concert, go pick something you like to do, something that's going to put a smile on your face. Save $20 on your first purchase at SeatGeek.com. Go there today, sign up, use the code Wrasslin. That being said, folks, which is my favorite transition, we are now back into the action. And again, we are here all week. Next NXT tomorrow night. Do not miss it. 1 year anniversary. It should be a fun show. The stipulations are going to be picked by the fans. And then we go into Dynamite and the rest of the week. So don't miss a minute. We cover it like nobody else, Mr. Nick.
Oh, absolutely. We are here. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. And when you're talking about wrestling, you better put that for life with it. And I swore way more of that than I intended to.
It's getting more profane every time I do it.
Yeah, sorry.
A wet t-shirt.
What?
What?
Yeah, what? What?
I don't know if this is the channel you want to come to for a wet t-shirt, but maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. But
I don't know. Different strokes for different folks, but I don't think we'll be providing that for you.
Literally. Pause. Anyway, need a beat up John Cena t-shirt. Well, they already had that, didn't they?
No, now what we need is, you know what's fun to do on whenever we're on stream? Make fun of Tony Khan.
Right? Make fun of Tony Khan.
Talk shit about it. Make fun of Tony Khan. You know what's fun to talk about when Bianca and Sonya wrestling? Make fun of Tony Khan.
If Nikki Ash is the mystery opponent, beat up John Cena.
I like how we're getting that over as a thing now.
Right?
Beat up John Cena.
So we got Belair versus Sonya. I'm assuming most people out there are going to lean the champion's way on this one.
That's where I'm leaning.
I'd say Bayley can
I
get
think it'll still be a good match, but you don't see Sonya being the one to defeat her.
Tomorrow's NXT is starting to feel like Taboo Tuesday. That is the point. And Cyber Sunday, without calling it the episode those names. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right down that alley, Anthony. And welcome back to the show. Good to see you again.
Just getting a little closer.
But that's what it is. It's a complete knockoff of Taboo Tuesday, Cyber Sunday. Maybe not to the full degree, but yes. We got some tag team partners to vote on. We have some stipulations to vote on. We have an opponent for Carmelo Hayes to vote on. Terrible choices. I hope.
Yeah, we voted on that one earlier, and the choices were Von Wagner, Wesley, and who was the third?
Gacy.
Oh yeah, Gacy. So again, terrible choices.
Why them? Ew.
Right.
I don't like Gacy as a wrestler. I don't like.
Oh, you went that far.
I don't like his finisher. I don't like his. I don't know. He doesn't do anything for me. Like, I'm not impressed by him in the ring. Like, oh, look at this guy.
It's wish.com Bray Wyatt. That's what it is.
It's ding survey.
Right.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. Oh, JV looking for a birthday miracle.
Yeah, that's how you can tell you're a few cases deep.
Right. Like that birthday candle, buddy. Because that's a wish.
Sure.
Those strokes aren't for me. That's why it's for different folks, bud. Didn't you listen? Tony
Oh,
Khan.
Lord. It's only Monday and we're going off the rails, folks.
Right? Tony Khan held hostage t-shirt.
Jesus. No, just him. Any picture of him at that presser was just fantastic. He just looked complete deer in the headlights. Just
Champ retains, and we go back into another commercial, Nick.
Oh, big clothesline though on the outside.
There we go. Sin Cara versus Evan Bourne flashbacks. Whew.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, that fits into the somebody going to get hurt real bad.
Somebody going to get hurt real bad. Well, no, somebody going to think they got hurt real bad.
Oh, wow. Sin Cara was fun, though, because you never knew.
Right, you never knew if he was going to make it through the match or who was actually under the mask or anything.
Oh, man. He give you a 5-star burner, and then he just eats shit for an entire match one night. They're like, it was so funny. Be going along perfect. You're like, this guy's a man. Oh, shit. Is he okay? Is he okay?
Right. Someone check on that man, please.
Right? Our boy Jack Evans has kind of hijacked that idea. Lately.
Yeah, that's the independent Sin Cara.
I agree with Kevin Owens when he told Austin Theory that he goes like him. Theory that guys like him are a dime a dozen in the business, and guys like KO and Johhny are lifeblood of the business. Accurate. I mean, that's why we liked what he said. He's got a point.
He does have a point, but you do also still at times need one to have the other.
Oh yeah, no, and I think that's KO's point though. Like, I mean, we've seen dozens and dozens over the years of the big buff model type that, tries to wrestle, doesn't quite make it. We've seen it over and over.
Oh,
and
yeah,
over,
that's
right?
true. That's very true.
Pretty, and Vince and Ace, they love their fucking Calvin Klein models and their former football players, and the bulkier the better.
Vince McMahon loves big beefy boys.
It's true. And I mean, KO's point is the workhorses that come in and give you the good, really get you to buy into who they are. I mean, listen, Johhny did great in NXT. He was an ultimate babyface. I didn't like the way stuff so much, but he'll probably go back there.
He had run his course in NXT and kind of there's nothing else left for him to do.
Right.
So he was just at that point, I think Hunter was, rather than letting him get called up and get wasted and get ruined, he just stayed in NXT to kind of put some shine on some people.
Yeah, no, and I think so. That's the thing, right? Like when you hit a ceiling, you're like, shit, what do I do? Look at the TK pick when AEW started compared to his pick today. It's nuts. Go look at the pick I used on the thumbnail last week. It made me laugh.
Well, and even then, just everything too with Punk coming out of that. I love like all the memes and everything about like teachers and all of that because I'm old. I know. I work with children.
I put that up today on the Instagram with the Instagram. Like, who am I, Jim?
The Instagram,
right?
On the Facebook for all you whippersnappers out there.
Those children smoking the pot.
Get off my lawn.
Right, but it was the Aaron Rodgers one because it made me chuckle because poor Aaron Rodgers, right? Like,
yeah,
I'm old, I'm hurt, and I work with children.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Trust me, folks. I know some fans out there are hurting after this week and after yesterday when it comes to the old NFL.
Yeah, no. So that punk clip has been just viral.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, and that's unfortunately the thing with AEW.
No, that quote is amazing. Like I want that on a t-shirt, right? Like on the back of a t-shirt.
Taking a pause.
No, I mean we're kind of going.
To me that's the gift that keeps on giving. AEW is absolutely the gift that keeps on giving of just meme content. Just everybody's leaking stories out of that company like a damn sieve. Honestly, even Chris Jericho, I very much feel of how he's been praised for the way he's handled everything. Well, I wonder who's telling everybody that. This is what happens, folks, when you let a billionaire Mark, who likes to play with wrestlers like action figures and still gets excited and still wants to hug. I'm amazed this man has an off. I think when he asked people to sign a contract in AEW, he just asked for their autograph. Honestly, I think that man's that much of a fan when it comes to all of these guys, and he's just getting completely taken advantage of because professional wrestlers, I feel as a whole, And especially guys like the Bucks and Kenny and the so on and so forth, like Hangman, who almost blew $1 million gate. Good job, bud. Very much they know when they have somebody on the hook and they can take advantage of that situation. Like I said, to me, it's the Bucks, very much the EVPs of AEW have just seen what Nash and Hogan did in WCW and just done them one better by making themselves executives in the company itself. With that being said, though, we are still rolling along right now with Sonya versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship in Bianca's Open Challenge. I think we got a couple predictions so far. I know I'm going with Bianca in this, but right now Sonya's in control, going for a 2 count. Now she's got, of course, a sleeper hold, and as any Bianca opponent, she's got to, use the hair involved as well. But let's get back to some of these comments. The whole Gacy thing is that, yep, absolutely, I agree with that. Between KO and Steve Austin, I think KO can be a better consistent promo because sometimes Steve was monotone during his promos. Is that harsh? A little bit, because I feel like you're judging that more just towards the back end of Steve, to where he didn't really want to be there anymore. He was done and wanted to take his ball and go home, and that's not a knock on him. I think he was hurting. He wanted to big follow-away slam. There was a point very much towards the end of Austin's run and his career in WWE to where he was just unhappy being there. So I think that's part of that. Bianca with the misses on the moonsault. Thing was, I don't know what that was about. Sonya with a 2 count. I wanted to see Braxton Reed versus Carmelo. I want to see Braxton Reed versus Carmelo Hayes in the future, or Carmelo Hayes versus Bobby Fish in the future. Bobby Fish, I think, is going to honestly end up going back to AEW. I think he's in with those guys. It'd be interesting. It'd be a coup to see if Hunter could get him over, but it's more of their contract negotiations. Their talks had fallen out. It's not that they're done or anything like that per se. Their wording's a little funky on that, to where they may still try and work out a deal after, now that the contract's run its course. And that's an interesting one, and I don't think they would put Bobby Fish back into NXT unless they're going to put him with Roddy. And I mean, if they do sign Bobby Fish, you put him and Roddy together, and you have, you just do Undisputed Era, and you own the rights to the name, you own the rights to the music, and you just leave it out there as bait for Kyle O'Reilly and Cole to come back. Oh, roll up. Sonya with a roll up. 2 count. Oh, she kind of forced herself, like Chad Gable did earlier, right into that turnbuckle. But folks, if you haven't given me a prediction so far, let me know who you have for this match, whether it's Sonya or Bianca. Right now, both women up top. You think Khan invites wrestlers to his birthday party? Absolutely. Absolutely, that man does. That man, and I get, obviously, he does work with the guys, all of that, but you're supposed to be the owner of the company. Act like it, Tony. Oh, super close. 2 count for Sonya. Yeah, I honestly thought she might have had it there, because she hit. Granted, it was a bit of a sloppy drop kick, but Bianca sold that great. And then just a 2.99 kick out by Bianca there. Yeah, Tony, absolutely. He has a wrestling themed birthday party. That's what Tony does. Absolutely. He has an AEW themed birthday party, or a Young Bucks themed birthday party. He's part of the elite then. Nick, my favorite reaction during the media scrambles when Punk went off on that rant, it looked like Tony was, yep, absolutely. That's the thing with that man is, backslide into a turnbuckle. That man did not at all in any way, shape, or form look like the owner of that company. That man looked like he was just lost in a whirlwind of what should I do? What should I say? And I feel like that's been a problem consistently throughout AEW, and that's why we got into that situation. But we'll talk about that more on Wednesday, or especially on the Rumble podcast on Thursday as well. And Bianca with the 3 count after the KOD. So again, Bianca retains the Raw Women's Championship. hitting the KOD 1, 2, 3 on Sonya Deville. Bro, we held the Ravens to a close game past halftime, and then we self-destructed. Yeah, I feel like that happened with a lot of teams out there and everything. Right now, surprisingly, the Seahawks are up on the Broncos. So I'm very surprised as a Seahawks fan, to be honest, that we're actually being competitive against Russell's team. And Bayley comes out, the one who should have answered the open challenge, I feel, but save that maybe for a pay-per-view. Did you watch Free Wrestling on Saturday night on YouTube GCW? I haven't checked it out yet, Damien. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff going on. I did see that you sent me that. I've kind of caught some of the results, but I haven't watched too much of that show. But it's on my watch list. Hello, sir. So what do you think about how that Bayley's out here instead of
I kind of said it was going to be that's kind of the expected outcome. So I felt that was going to happen. I thought she might be involved, but they're stretching.
Right. I could see this, like I said, building to a pay-per-view match versus if she just opened if she just answered the challenge tonight, unless she just won it and then we go to the pay-per-view.
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna go to Extreme Rules and see what happens. Control.
We're getting a what chance now? Because you got a big bad ego. What? Is that a big bad ego? What?
Maybe it's gonna be one of those like Dakota and EO are banned from ringside, and we get a fourth member of Damage Control.
Maybe something like that. Or honestly, Bayley just gets the clean win because Bianca's kind of had a good long reign, and she's established herself as one of the top women in the company. She's no longer one of those just the NXT call up or anything like that, or the one that they're just kind of, new kid on the block. She's established herself as one of the top women on the company.
Yeah, no, I will say that. Like, I can't take that away from her. I still don't love her work with the microphone. However, in the ring, she's a talent. She's undeniably talented. I just think she has to learn the ebbs and flows of portraying who she is. And she can't always be smiling. Like, you're coming out to a grudge match and you're skipping and spitting your hair. You got to be angry once in a while. It's like Orange Cassidy his hands in his goddamn pockets.
Yeah, and she doesn't realize until now, last minute, that she's been surrounded by Control.
Yeah, she's in trouble.
Dakota and EO on the ringside.
This one's for you.
Nick, it doesn't make sense for Theory to win the Rumble when he already has. Yeah, that no one wants Theory to win the Rumble.
Oh, come on, really? I'm over
3-on-1 attack right now.
Well, we got Asuka and Alexa hitting the ring, Nick, and I'm not really thrilled about it.
I feel like we just don't know where to go. Like, this is all stuff that should have happened like a week or two ago. Like, we're getting into that repetitive, Damage Control, fitting name, for everything that's going on.
Yeah, I just feel like we've been here and done this already.
Right. So now Bayley's the one, caught between three women.
Spine buster. Tables have turned.
Oh, how the turns have tabled. Big ass spine buster.
EO Tammy feels out of place in Control.
To me. EO Tammy feels out of place in Control. They should have put someone else in that group with Bayley and Dakota. Like who?
Nah, I'm good with it.
Right. It works because you had a return and a half and a day, or honestly a re-debut because they're re-signed. So it worked together with all three of them coming back because you didn't expect any of them, let alone all three. And so I think it might have been Dale before that was saying that we are getting Omos in action because I've now got, I am Groot walking backstage. So
do you remember Triton? Vaguely. I don't really have a strong memory of Triton.
Nope.
I don't know. Now, here's an interesting thing. Here's my reach of the night. They just said Braun Strowman made his return last week, but Raw already has a giant. Okay. So here comes MVP and Omos. They're up next.
Mm-hmm.
We're back in commercial, folks. However, somebody I'm a big fan of recently put a thing on their Twitter as Giant Killer.
No. That's not a reach. That's the go-go gadget arm. With that, if you're gonna try and have Bray involved with Omos,
no,
that's where I thought you were going with that. Oh, you're gonna have Bray and
Braun. I
Braun.
was thinking, like, do they just dust them out? And like, I don't know. I mean, it's a reach. I don't have a solid. Story.
No,
I don't have anything to tie it together.
That's your shoehorning Bray into something there,
right? It's getting late. I'm fucking just spinning at things. Yeah, Bianca ain't that chick. I'd spend more money thinking Ratchet versus here.
Yeah, no.
All right, we're good.
Right.
Welcome back, by the way. Anthony, KJ, and Nick. Being that Drew McIntyre has already portrayed a bad guy and a babyface on main roster, can his Scottish psychopath gimmick work in the gray area between babyface and bad guy? No, I think if he goes back to the Scottish psychopath, I don't like too many tweeners, right? Why do you want tweeners?
He doesn't work too much as a tweener. He works more as, I guess, a quote-unquote badass babyface. If you just make him a kick-ass babyface, that's really where he kind of lies. And like you said, you can't – it's the same thing with babyfaces, heels, tweeners, anything like that. If you overdo it in any way, then it discredits all of it.
Right.
So you have to walk that fine line.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, whether it's a TV show, book, movie – you need clear definition. And I mean, you can have the bad, the reluctant hero, or the guys that are on the wrong side of the law but are still good guys in some way, shape, or form. But you still have an established protagonist and antagonist. And to tell compelling stories in wrestling, you need that. If you're in between, if you have too many tweeners, like even at the times where Austin was a tweener, he was more babyface than heel because people wanted to see him. Like, he was the reluctant hero. He was the guy that didn't want to be the hero, but he was going to kick some ass and everyone liked him for it.
The anti-authority figure. If you want to see what happens if you have too many tweeners and you don't have clear defined babyface and heel role as an actual good, telling the crowd who to cheer for and who to boo, look at AEW, because that's exactly what they have right now. If you don't know, outside of a few cases, you don't know exactly who to cheer for and who to boo, because everybody kind of is a babyface and a prick at the same time.
Yeah. You put Wardlow in a match with Orange Cassidy, and then the fans are like, what do we do?
Right. They're like, who do we cheer for?
Right.
You can't cheer for both.
And then you got Death Triangle comes out one week. They're heels because we like the House of Black better. They're baby faces, but they were supposed to be heels. So now I'm confused. And then the following week they show up and they're going up against the Best Friends. So now they're heels. And you're like, wait, okay, what? Like, who?
Exactly.
You can't.
If Roman can't work as a tweener on WWE, then Drew certainly can't.
No, I think you pick a lane and run with it. And if you want him to be the Scottish psychopath, I think he could do it just fine. However, we need solid baby faces, and he's one of them.
Right. Well, like Larry even said right here, like a Scottish Stone Cold. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, but he's going to end up a baby face with a bad attitude.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble in San Antonio, Texas.
I'm still interested to see WrestleMania go to Philadelphia.
Yo, did your channel go weird?
Nope. I have Omos coming out right now.
I have like old school, like.
Oh, now I do. Yep, bars.
Yeah, I have old school porn TV going on.
Yeah, oh, thanks. Yeah, the feed somehow cut out now.
I got the scrambler for all the old folks out there.
Right, now we're just listening to Monday Night Raw.
Mine went blank.
Yep.
Look, what almost shut the show down.
Right, exactly. Unlike at the end of Clash of the Castle, where they should have cut the feed, when we didn't get the sing song. Now, apparently, we're getting just darkness on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, now I got just audio.
I don't got nothing.
We're experiencing technical difficulties.
Oh, and it's coming out like old time radio.
Right?
Yeah, Raven must have gotten on a golf cart and rode over the power line in the building. So now
No.
we're getting technical difficulties on Raw.
Right? It just goes to show nobody wants to see Omos. Like a Scottish Stone Cold, Braun would beat Omos without WWE politics. I think he's going to beat him anyway.
What WWE politics are protecting Omos outside of the man's 7 foot tall plus? So we're getting Omos in a handicap match versus local enhancement talent. Yeah, I don't even think they gave these men a name, but Omos is just throwing these men around.
I'm still just I'm just hearing it.
Oh, really? I have picture now.
I do not have picture.
So I will, I guess, be calling the action. Omos with a double shoulder tackle through both men.
Nope.
Again, I would ask people who you have in this match, but I don't think anyone's going to take someone besides Omos, as he's now just ragdolling one of these poor men.
Yeah, I'm surprised this isn't over yet.
Yeah, this is going on a little too long. I get it's a handicap match, but he could have just hit that one splash, boom, foot on the pin out. I'll get there, folks. Foot on the chest, pin. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Retribution 3.25.
Bring back to her business. I'm not back yet. I still just got audio.
I've got, pretty much snake eyes and then a big boot from Omos. Mm-hmm. Now the double choke, the Kali slam. And again, now to the other jobber. Try not to call him jobbers, folks. This match should have been over. And so now is MVP telling him to MVP's telling him to stack them on top of each other, a la Roman Reigns, and pin him with the foot on the chest.
The wrestling gods took my feet away to start the match and gave it back right at the end. Thank you.
You got the cornet effect there. You got the cornet cut instead of the Cutler cut that we need from AW. You got the cornet cut of the Omos match.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon Cutler, I know you're out there. Where's the footage? And you know what's interesting, Nick? No episode of BT.
Yeah, well, again, they're suspended. I think, I heard too, Kenny was supposed to go on Swerve's podcast, and that booking's been rescheduled. They're very much, I'm telling you, there's legal proceedings coming from this. Punk's the one who sued WWE's doctor. He's absolutely gonna, when you're the
he's got to buy the balls. He really does. He could have.
Oh yeah, when you're the EVPs of the company and you have the person that's supposed to be in charge of your legal team or the HR person that's in there as well, and it still happens. Yeah, you have that company. Well, AEW's open to a bunch of lawsuits now.
If Punk can prove that he was sitting in the dressing room with a woman and a dog, and up to 6 people arrived to the dressing room, there's a problem. Because now I'm hearing it wasn't just 3. And if you look at the list of people that were suspended, I mean, that's a valid thing to consider. So if it's 5, 6 guys, and some of them have titles in the company, I believe Christopher Daniels does. I believe Nakazawa does.
Well, that's the thing is you have Cutler, who's the Bucks' childhood best friend. You have Nakazawa, who's Kenny's assistant. You have Pat.
Is he legitimately the assistant though? Is that?
Yes,
that's a legit thing. It's not just.
I believe so. You honestly, with those guys as EVPs, do you not think that they're getting their best buddies and all of their Cucamonga friends and all of that?
Yeah, but I thought Nakazawa was part of the creative team. He has a title. He's like a creative director.
I didn't miss the name you said.
Nakazawa. Or not knocking it off.
No, he works with or for Kenny. Pat Buck's in charge on the creative team, I guess. Creative team.
How the hell did Pat Buck get involved?
So is Christopher Daniels. I think Christopher Daniels might be their head of talent relations.
Yes, that's maybe
you have all of those guys. Plus, like I said, You have what's her name there, the one that's
Mega.
part of the legal team for
Mega,
AEW,
the
all
number 2
showing
in
up.
AEW, not just the legal team. She is the Nick Khan of AEW.
That makes it even worse. That they're in that situation. They're all showing up into that locker room. Obviously, Punk's going to feel like I get very much. Punk said, "If you have a problem with me, say it to my face." But you don't show up rolling 6 deep into a locker room, maybe especially when you're the EVPs and holding positions of power within that company. You go and talk to your boss, the one who owns the company, the one who looked like a sad sack of shit during that whole presser.
Sad sack of shit. Wow.
They tell me that I do like that name. It's the No TR.
No TR.
It didn't look like discount FTR, but
right.
That's the thing is that whole company from
That's
top
funny.
to bottom, you know that there's no respect for Tony. There's no actual authority. There's no chain of command. There's no one really running that ship. It's a bunch of, chiefs, no Indians.
The minute you see the head of the company nuzzle the side of his face into one of his talent's chest,
Claudio,
you're fucked. I mean, there was a lot of signs leading up to that, but that to me takes the cake. There was always like, Tony's not tough enough. There's the stories of him, dressing up as Orange Cassidy for Halloween, and there's all these little nuances where you're like, this guy's out to lunch and just having a fun old time. But again, when you get your boss nuzzling his head into your chest, yeah, it's hard to take him serious.
Yeah, that's the thing is you have a billionaire Mark that's in charge of a wrestling company. It's still hilarious to me that I guess the storyline that's the only thing that's still actually a work in that company is MJF calling Tony a mark and going off on this and that is the truest thing that's happened. The truest thing said in that whole company.
There you go. I said Bray Wyatt might come back and he's going after Giants.
Could you imagine that they end up tying that all into a thing? They go that like meta with it.
Wow. No. Mood's still terrible. All right, well, figure it out. What do you want me to do? Rub your belly?
Pause.
Don't forget, Braun, a.k.a. Adam Shearer, was a former World's Strongest Man competitor. Facts. I haven't forgotten. Did you forget?
No.
Right
now we're getting the Connor's Cure Titantron and everything.
Yes. And actually, Nick, you should talk about what we have, or at least an overview of what we have.
So the overview, I guess, fitting, with Connor's Cure and everything. So folks, my birthday is Wednesday, 9/21, when AEW will be crowning a new world champion. And so we've kind of decided here, or at least I've decided, and everybody's kind of gone with it, that we're going to do kind of charity stream and everything. I'm going to put up a fundraiser post on Insta and everything to where you can go and donate to that. So yeah.
So just to summarize what my man just said, on September 21st, a Wednesday night, for an episode of Dynamite where it's Grand Slam, we're going to crown a new world champion, and our world champion, Mr. Nick, in celebration of his big day. Something that was very near and dear to his heart is a little bit of charity, and I believe we're going mental health.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be with the National Alliance of Mental Illness. That's the charity that we're going to be doing it for.
Yeah. So we will be setting up the stream. We will be sending out links. We'll put links in the chats coming up. Stay tuned. It's very exciting, but we're going to do, we're going to see if we can raise a little bit of money on behalf of our boy Nick. So if you want to
do something good in the world, be a better human being.
Pay it forward. Give a little bit of love. And you want to give Nick a birthday gift? You're going to donate. Whether it's
be a friend, tell a friend, in more ways
whatever you got. Well, there we go. Bobby Lashley walking up on Seth. Woo!
Hey, you called it earlier.
And I like how Bobby looks. Sharp
dressed man. Maybe we get back to the Hurt Business. But at least he does. I do like if he's going to keep going with the whole Hurt Business aesthetic, at least, and not, even if he's not tied to them.
Edward. Is fries and cheese curd any good? Yeah, referring to the wonderful poutine.
Poutine?
And we do have restaurants that are like just all they serve is poutines in different forms. Poutine is phenomenal. It's excellent. Certain places are better than others. However, even not just the cheese curds, but you can get it with like a shredded cheddar, and they mix it up. You get like a pulled pork poutine or a spicy chicken poutine. Poutines are, they're phenomenal. I mean, it's all your favorite shit on top of fries. You can't really go wrong. And I'm a nut.
It's the national dish of Canada.
It's kind of become that, right?
A little bit.
We're known for maple syrup and poutine. Wonderful.
Just make sure you pronounce it right, folks.
Poutine. Yeah, no, it's absolutely wonderful. Yep.
Facts.
No, if you have never had
interested, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What are you saying?
I was just going to ask the people if they're excited for a Bobby Lashley Rollins feud, and I think it's like what you were talking about before of all of these storylines intertwining. You've got Austin Theory involved with Gargano and KO. You had Seth Rollins involved earlier with Riddle, and then Judgment Day got out and was involved with Riddle. Now you're getting Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins intertwined. Everybody's got something going on. There's constantly moving pieces going.
What happened to The Miz? We're going to find out tonight. And yes, I completely agree with you. And it's interesting, though, right? Because generally it's you're so used to that one track. Right. So I like this swerve. I like a little bit of crossover. And again, we might not get Bobby and Seth next week or the week after, but it could be 2 weeks after he's done with Riddle. It could
be. It's a little bit of a tease there, a little bit of a tickle, a little, throw your finger out there and see what happens.
Yo, that's creepy as shit. Sorry, Nick. So we're getting an interview with Miz where he's going to reveal what happened to him when he was kidnapped, and Dexter Lumis is in the window.
That looked fake as all get out, though. That man was crispy clean CGI'd out that window.
Right.
This is going to be interesting to see where they go with this. I thought they were going to start off with Lumis and AJ.
Yeah, man. Sorry, I was distracted that this turned into an episode of Miz and Mrs. Like it literally did.
The feed cut out, so they're like, "Shit, what do we got on the tank? What do we got an episode of Miz and Mrs."
Mm-hmm. Right. I love it. The Mrs. shows up and she's just, the camera's here.
Is that right? We didn't know that the vans are parked out front or anything set up. Mm-hmm. All the lights going on in our living room.
Right. Like, I mean, literally. It's just an episode of Miz and Mrs. at this point. But Dexter's somewhere around. There's going to be a weird moment.
Is this a little bit like the whole, Pillman moment to where he broke into or when Austin was breaking into his home?
Mm-hmm. I'm still waiting for TV 14 programming. I mean, they're flirting with it. They're flirting with it for sure.
Steph's come out and said that they don't need it, that they don't need to do that to get ratings. Because, I mean, think about it. They're already drawing over 2 million in ratings now every show pretty much, and they're not doing TV 14. Mm-hmm. They're tiptoeing at the edge of it, but they're not doing it officially.
Right. And speaking of wonderful things from Quebec, Maurice. Maurice. You're welcome, USA.
Thanks.
Yeah, no. That one you can keep. Yeah, see, look, next week. There you go. So the Riddle comes out and screws that up. So it's a lot of intertwining. We'll see how this all plays out.
Oh, yeah, that's how it works. I think, like I said, they're kind of throwing a bunch of ideas out there and seeing what people respond to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, here's the thing, Nick. While you were on break, I did throw out the fact of what if we redo Money in the Bank? What if what KO was saying about you didn't earn this, and they go, fine, put the Money in the Bank back up top of the ladder, and you have a mix. Maybe Chad Gable, maybe Gargano, maybe KO, maybe Theory, and we do it again. Maybe a bonus person, a mystery person. Miz Manor.
That's
Manor
great.
Miz. No, Manor Miz. It should be the other way around. See, that's French. You put Putting it
But
backwards.
no, I could see it. So here's my idea with that, because I caught a little bit of that when you were saying that when I was taking a pause. Is if you do a fatal four-way, you do Theory,
Wait.
Gargano. What?
He's in the house. He's in the house.
Uh-oh. And Miz didn't take the girls with him. What?
That's not good. He's
No.
drawing pictures.
This is interesting, at least. That's a good ass picture, though, Dexter. You got skill. I don't think you actually drew that, but sure.
They didn't really explain. Maybe we talked through it. Anybody want to let us know what Miz said? What happened to him?
Right.
Anybody know what
that
happened?
Tells you how concerned we were with what happened to Miz.
No.
Go ahead, go film your reality show. Take some time off. Get to you when we get to you. But
right.
I'll get this in real quick. I think you do a fatal four-way, Theory, Gargano, KO, and you have Roman force in Sammy into that of, oh, you're going to protect the bloodline to keep your spot, all of that. Then throughout that match, I think Gargano still goes over. You can use that to lead towards KO and Sammy together, and then you get that feud still going between Gargano and Theory.
Yeah, I'm not far off with that. Like, I mean, something in that realm, I do believe is a possibility, right? For sure. And I do like the idea. Fine, even if Theory happened to win it again, and we're like, oh shit, that's really crazy. But if he comes out and does well, make me believe it. The way they did it last time sucked, and they, we see it time and time again with Vince. Was, oh, Ronda number 30 win. Oh, Brock number 30 win. Let's move on.
Right.
Oh, Theory last guy in win. Like, always go for TBD, folks. Why is it disgusting? That's a good question. Why is it disgusting?
Why? What is? Why?
Loomis got a drawing. Has got a drawing. Yes, he does. Of Miz and Mrs.
That's the name of this segment instead of the one with Pillman. It's Loomis got a drawing.
Right.
Loomis got a doodle.
Do you guys like King Kong Bundy, Demolition, Bam Bam? Go into Hall of. Do you guys
like King Kong Bundy, Demolition, Bam Bam going to Hall of Fame now that Papa Paul is in charge?
Thank you, buddy.
Not a problem. I don't see why not, to be honest. I almost feel like some of those guys are already in there.
I'm just trying to remember why some of them aren't in there. I think wasn't Bam Bam's got to be a Hall of Famer. King Kong.
Yeah, I feel like honestly some of those guys are in there. It's hard to honestly remember at this point because you do have people like Torrie Wilson that gets in there and stuff like
now
that.
We got the participation medals every year instead of
exactly.
Yeah, it's got bad. And I mean, I really don't like when they're like, geographically or culturally just make decisions based on it's not good. It's not a good look for if you wanted to keep it serious and legitimate. You put people in there at the right times because they matter. Not, well, we're going to be in Texas, so Charmel, we're out of people.
Well, and to me, it goes to a little bit of like what they did with the Warrior Award. It was initially supposed to be, kind of I think it actually initially was just supposed to be a backstage award. And then it's kind of turned into almost their humanitarian award. Right. And I think, honestly, they need to rename that as the Shad Gaspard Award.
I like that idea. I mean, I really do.
I think that's honestly, it was so awkward seeing Warrior's wife come out, doing a little dance and everything on the way to present that award when it's supposed to be honoring somebody in memoriam of them. Right. And Warrior, honestly, outside of the ring, from all circumstances that I know, was not a good guy. So I'd rather see it honoring somebody. It's like what they did with the Fabulous Moolah, the Battle Royal there.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And I mean, again, and under the circumstances of his passing, I mean, why not? And again, you're not dealing with a guy that was out there and really controversial. And
right.
I listen, Dana Warrior, I don't know the lady. I don't know if people out there are close to her and no, she's nice, but she rubs me the wrong way. She comes off completely phony at times. And I mean, for the reasons, you remember this company pulled Ric Flair's woo from their intro because, of the dark side of the ring and the rumors and then the story and the actuality of the rumors. And then, but you replace him with the Warrior. And then you have things like the Warrior Award, and you got to pick your poison. If you're going to punish people for the past, I mean, you can't do that. And I grew up a Ultimate Warrior fan. However, it's not a good look. So that has nothing to do with what's on the screen right now. Yeah, they've done a few stalker angles. It's not the first time. Probably won't be the last time. My issue with this is we have no idea why. There's no like, why is this happening? And what are they doing about it? Nobody, like, it's just a thing. Who do you think wins versus Dominik and the Edge? This is a tough call, guys. It's a really tough call because in my head, some way, somehow, Dominik's got to steal this win. He has to. Based on the trajectory of this story, Dominik has to take the W, as far as I'm concerned. In their actual home where their kids may be there. Seriously, it's disgusting. I don't know, Larry. I'd love to go with you on this one, and I'd love to say, yeah, but that's what wrestling needs. Adult. I mean, he's not doing anything. He's just kind of following the Miz around. I wouldn't go nearly close to this is disgusting. I mean, you need something. You need something to dig into. No, they're not in there because of a concussion lawsuit. Oh, yeah. I don't know. That's a good one. All three of them should definitely be in there. How could they not be? One of your biggest tag teams of the 80s. Bam Bam was great well into the 90s. And of course, who was the other one? King Kong Bundy. I mean, he was one of the top heels for a long time in the 80s. A lot of people had King Kong Bundy action figures and wrestlers, and you get the little thumb warriors. You guys remember the thumb warriors? You stick your finger in a little rubber butt. I don't get why Bundy ain't there. Yeah, I guess we know Vince can be spiteful, so that's a high possibility. By the way, we're getting a KO Austin Theory replay right now. So they kind of basically gave us an entire replay of what happened. So this has been, I think Lawrence pointed, it's been a bit stagnant. And I get it. I mean, this episode kind of felt a lot of commercials, which if I'm noticing the amount of commercials, then the content probably isn't its best. A quieter night for sure. Kevin Owens versus Theory next week. Here we go. Warrior was a douche, but he wasn't a great performer, though. I mean, as far as captivating, I mean, it was nothing better than his music hitting and this man running out like a psychopath. But you go find me like a really good Warrior match. There's not many. There's a couple. And like I said, when I was a kid and people were going, oh, Hogan, I was a Warrior guy. I was a bigger fan of Hogan. Warrior. But, yeah, I mean, he is what he is. But he was an iconic personality. He was larger than life. And, yeah, super captivating. And when he runs out and decimates guys in 3 seconds, if you guys really think about it, he's the original Goldberg. Dom Guerrero for the win. I'm with you, Big Nick. KJ, if it was a set to look like their home would be okay. Nah, no. This is the problem, Larry. I mean, we're creating, we got to stretch reality. We need some authenticity. We need these wrestlers to dig in when they touch on real life or real battles. Again, it's like at no point did any of the, Corey said what he said. Oh my God, he's got a family and they got a da-da-da-da. But it's not like we're watching this guy creep upstairs to, he just drew a picture. I think don't take it too serious, and I do think you need stuff like this. Does this draw me into the storyline? No, there's no depth to this storyline anyway, so it's kind of a moot point for me, or a moot point, because I really don't give a fuck. Edge with Ray as a distraction. Interesting. Edge is in the ring, by the way, folks. And here comes Dominik. He's finally got his own shit. All right. Dom coming out with Poppy. I was in New Orleans when Warrior did his last promo. 24 hours later, he was dead. That was tragic. And I admit, I know what I said about him as far as some of the things he did or said away from the ring. But, he was a father. And for him to die that way on what looks like at a time where he was trying to make amends, it's unfortunate. But it's a tough one, right? But that's cool that, there's a big moment, a huge kind of historic wrestling moment, and you were present. So that's pretty cool. Besides the nannies there, yeah, we're good. There's nannies. We're fine. Maybe they're conceding to MNF. Conceding? I don't think anybody's conceding. Edge for the win. KJ and Nick, breaking news. Did you see the random person to the right of Seth's promo backstage? The person was highlighted in a blue light. Wait, what? No. Did not see a highlighted blue person. Blue. Da, ba, dee, da, ba, da. All right, the match is on, and here we go. Little Dom Mysterio trying to be a badass for Poppy, and just beating the shit out of him like he should. Teaching this young man a lesson. This literally looks like the angry neighbor who has had enough of the bratty kid on the block. Your dad won't do it, I'm going to do it. Weaver, you're right. Warrior had his issues with the Native American society where he lived. Yeah, it's true. Warrior was a stone cold right wing nut. His lectures were all, yes. He just lost his mind, but the rumor is Dana is too. I can't be quoted on that, but I kind of was under the impression that she might have led him down that path. Dale's got Edge for the win. Whoa, Dale. Especially the way this match is starting. I'm leaning towards Edge. Now, truthfully, guys, I thought the House of Blue run by Edge, that's Judgment Day for the new folks. But I thought they had something decent with Judgment Day. I think they lost it. They dropped the ball. Again, pre-Triple H. And this storyline continuing between Edge and Dom and Ray, I don't care. I want Edge to have something better. I want the Mysterios to not be involved. Like, the Mysterios are great for, like, opening card matches, just for cheap pops. And Dominik Mysterio, I'm sorry. Even now, watching him in this ring, it looks like a grown-ass man beating up the bratty kid on the block. I'm not lying. Like, I'm waiting for Edge to put him on his knee and spank him. Or Rhea to do it. Somebody. Ray was wrong. Edge didn't. Ray was wrong. Edge not in a corner. Yeah. Got TiVo for the blue person. No, wait. TiVo is dead. Well, that doesn't help, Lawrence. I didn't catch a blue person. I wonder if anyone's talking about it. Are you just messing with me? Like Mark. I didn't see anybody blue. It's funny. The big thing, the first thing I see on Instagram is technical difficulties. Oh. All right, I don't see any blue person. Yeah, we got Dexter. I mean, how freaky is Dexter? He broke into his house and drew a picture of his family. It's very nice. It's actually a really pretty caricature. He could put it on the fridge. A new. Edge is the get off my lawn guy, right? You know when the get off my lawn guy just snaps and grabs one of the kids that are running their mouth and beats the shit out of them? But Rhea is just locked in. She is locked in. But Mysterio's got the edge. We're going to commercial, I believe. Yeah, we're going to commercial. And we're winding down here, folks. But that being said, now that we're in one of the final commercials, I hope one of the final commercials of the evening, I will take a minute to remind everybody we are here all week long. Tomorrow we're coming back for the NXT 2.0 1-year anniversary. The fans get to vote on stipulations, wrestlers, and opponents. So tune into that. It's going to be an interesting night. For those who can remember, it's like a throwback to Taboo Tuesday or Cyber Sunday. Then we're back for Dynamite, the most chaotic show of the week. Thursday, Let's Rumble, our live podcast. You never know what guests we're going to have, what people are going to show up. So tune in. Don't miss out. Doubleheader Friday is always a banger. And then the weekend, you never know what it's going to bring. It could be original content. It could be one of the pay-per-views, and we cover them all. If there's a good pay-per-view to be had, we will be here watching it with everyone out there. So, folks, like, subscribe, tell everybody you know we are here. And we aren't stopping. We're on our march to 1K views, and we're getting there. We're inching. We're 3/4 of the way to that first goal. So thank you, and let everybody you know. If you're in a chat room, if you're online, just share the link. Let everyone know we're here. Share the love.
Speaking of sharing the love, absolutely. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Like KJ said, we are marching right along. We're just one shy right now of 760 subscribers, marching right along to 1K subscribers. So absolutely, whether you just pass somebody on the street wearing a wrestling t-shirt, or you know somebody who used to watch wrestling and now you tell them, hey, DX, do you remember them? They're in charge of the whole company now. So absolutely, let anybody you know that watches professional wrestling, used to watch professional wrestling, anybody that likes to just hang out, honestly, let them know about us.
Absolutely, folks. And Done Anything with Warner was noteworthy. Did they get the explosion right?
What?
Oh, there we go. Context.
I was watching Warner on Saturday in a barbed wire match, and the show was Mace Warner. War match. The show is I know, Damien. I know you sent me that and everything. Yeah, well, it's a GCW show, so of course there's going to be barbed wire involved. But also, Impact's got their barbed wire match coming up, I believe, in a week or so. I want to say
the night before Extreme Rules.
Okay.
So October 7th? Yeah, I don't think it's anytime soon. Oh, wait.
I didn't think it was that far out, but still, we're getting Sami Callihan versus Moose versus Steve Macklin.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be chaos. We already seen an insane match between Sami and Moose. I'm surprised this is still going, dude.
Right. Yeah, and especially for Impact of how they're going to handle a barbed wire match versus, I think that might be talking about Tony Khan still owing a explosion, obviously, from the exploding barbed wire match between Omega and Moxley that, went off like a popcorn fart.
Still one of those funny moments where you really, really tried to be cool and different and you fucked it up.
Yeah, that's when keeping it real goes wrong, folks.
That was the dumbest shit. Poor Eddie just laying on this man.
Yeah, I felt bad for Eddie in that whole situation. And we're getting a big video package right now for SmackDown later this week, which we'll be here for. That's our doubleheader Fridays, folks. But I believe we're getting Ronda and Liv, and we're also getting the Fatal 4-Way to decide the number one contender for the Usos.
Really?
Yeah.
Victory Road, September 23rd, sir. Sorry, I was incorrect.
See, so I was right.
So a couple of days after your birthday.
Right.
2 to be exact. So Friday, the 23rd, will be a triple header.
And we've done that before. That's always a fun night. Now it just becomes drawn straws of who gets what stream.
Yeah, well, that's always an interesting endeavor unto itself.
Mm-hmm.
Bound for Glory, October 7th. That's the one the night before. So that will also be a triple header Friday. I hope y'all like wrestling.
Well, you wouldn't be here if you didn't, folks.
Yo, Impact Overdrive. I feel like that's new.
Probably.
Impact Overdrive. Friday, another Friday one, November 18th.
Ooh, I bet you that's trying to go against Survivor Series. Oh, we're getting
right.
Eddie, or Jesus. We're getting Dominik Guerrero with the tribute to his poppy. Doing the Three Amigos, even hit the little shimmy and the chest pound and all that.
That's an interesting. It's funny because the rumors, right? And
not
the
rumors,
the
whispers that they did before,
right? And then he just plays right into it.
Oh, it writes itself. It's perfect. Why not lean into it?
Listen, I called this, Larry. I agree with you on this one. I don't want to see it, but it would be hilarious.
Oh God! Now Vicky's still involved with Nyla and AW.
Right. Get home. Do your homework.
Right.
Who said you could be out? Sorry, Mom.
Right.
The meme going around of him kicking Edge, and he's like, "Why? Because you slept with my mom." And it's because Edge and Vicky, for those who don't remember, were a couple.
Right. And folks, for those who think that we're confused and think that Vicky Guerrero and Ray got together, no, it's because Eddie's Dom's poppy.
Ouch. And Rhea's
he was, and now Rhea's his poppy.
There you go.
And headbutts on the top rope right now from Edge on a Dom. This is honestly a kind of back and forth match. I'm surprised.
Right.
Oh, Rhea holds Dom's boot, so Edge is the only one that goes flying.
But visually, it doesn't work, man. Dom's got to go down to NXT. He doesn't look like there's no way, even with assistance, that Edge should be losing right now to Dom Mysterio.
Is it because they waited so long to pull the trigger on this whole story?
No, it's because he looks 15.
What's that?
It's because he looks 15.
Yeah, well, that plays into the whole jokes of Rhea's very much in charge of this whole situation.
Right?
Dom gets kicked into the ring post. Dom might be out.
Dom needs to lift more weights. Yes, develop a physique. Even Ray, who was a little guy, was jacked. He was a jacked little guy.
Well, he's got an actual physique. I don't want to, obviously guys like KO and everything don't have, I'm in shape, rounds the shape.
Rounds of shape.
But Dom just, like you said, the man's, I think he's in his early to mid 20s at least easily. And
I think he's like 24 or 25.
Yeah, and he looks, like you said, looks like he's barely gotten his learner's permit.
Again, for me, you look at Austin Theory. How old's Austin Theory? 25, 26 as well?
Right.
But look at Austin Theory. You can take him serious. If this was Theory versus Edge, I'm down. But it's the combination. There's no muscle tone. There's no body. He's not overly a big guy. He added some tattoos and a goth chick. That's about it.
Well, even then, I think they waited still to, Impaler DDT from Edge. But I do think they waited too long to pull the trigger on this whole story. I think that it's still even the turn was still kind of flat. It's one of those, we all knew it was going to come.
Yeah, I did like the kick to the nuts. I think a lot of people are like, "Oh shit, finally!" But
it's turned into one giant meme. The whole thing. That's the problem.
Half crab. Yeah, I don't like this, man.
Edge setting up for the spear is what I've got.
Well, you'll see.
Whoop. Rolls right into it. Well, Edge should have hit one of them spears like he hit before to where he turned Dom inside out.
Good on Edge for getting this kid over, but Jesus.
I don't know if he's really gotten him over.
Right. Well, he's trying. Making him
trying.
making him look good, if nothing else. But look, he's the size of his leg. Like,
well, he can't even get the move. Doesn't look like it's that effective right now. Like, how is that supposed to hurt? You're just bending his knee.
Right. It does bend that way.
Right. Roll up.
Oh, Dom's in trouble. Rhea's like, I wish that was me. Who do you think should challenge Jordynne Grace for the Knockouts Championship at Victory Road, KJ and Nick? Taya Valkyrie. She's busy, but I still, that's my vote for everything.
Right. I can't remember, and this might be me being a bad wrestling fan or a bad wrestling nerd. I can't remember if we've got the match yet so far between her and Slamovich. I think that was the next one lined up. So I'm not sure if we've had that one yet. If we haven't, I'd say that one.
And they were hinting at it at the on Impact this week again. So I do think you're pretty close. Slamovich is knocking on that door.
So there we go. And Dom's tied up, just eating shots from Edge right now. This reminds me a bit of like when Dom first showed up on WWE and he ate that.
Fucking booer!
Until he sat there and just ate kendo stick shots. This is, I guess, Dom paying his dues.
Mysterio.
Edge lining up for a spear. Oh, and Ray calls it off, gets in the way.
This is a bad chop block. Oh, shit. Damian just bounced Rey Mysterio off Byron Saxton. By the way, I didn't know he was here tonight.
Oh. Who that? Oh, that's Finn. Why does he look like a fucking pirate?
I did not know Byron Saxton was on commentary this evening.
That happens most nights.
Jesus, the guy has got the biggest racket ever. I want his job.
Absolutely. I would take his job in a heartbeat.
Man, if you were sitting watching wrestling with your buddy and he was that quiet, you'd look over and be like, bro, you good?
Yeah, trust me, folks. You will never get that between us two.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, Rhea with a chair shot. I'm still thrown off by Finn's whole look here with like the bandanas and everything. Like, it looks so weird. It looks like Eddie Kingston came out.
All right, Dominik laying waste to Edge's knee. Rey Mysterio screwed everything up.
Because he can't hurt his baby boy. Oh. Chair shots right to the knee.
Right, wearing him out. We got about a couple minutes left on the clock here, so is there something coming, or are we we're going to end with the decimation of Edge? And listen, Edge can't go on the shelf injured again and come back in a few weeks. They've done this enough with Edge.
Yeah, this is getting to the point of the law of diminishing returns.
Woo!
Wow.
All right, that was visually ouch.
Oh. They had his legs set up in the chair while everyone else pinned him down, and Finn hit a coup de grace right on Edge's knee. Just, oh. But like you said, it does. Go ahead.
It looks like Damian's little brother.
Yeah, honestly. Mom said if you're going to play wrestling, then I have to come too. But
coup de grace on the knee. Woo.
They do halfway try and go for like the Roman Reigns shot of Finn sitting in the chair and everything. It's not bad. It's probably the best thing Judgment Day's done in quite a while. But like you said, with Edge, it becomes the law of diminishing returns of how many times does this guy go on the bench? Does he reinvent himself? Yeah.
Are we going to get some more fake Bray Wyatt fucking vignettes?
No, he just goes away until his hair grows back and he can actually do the long hair again.
An interesting end of the night. They're finally given I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know.
It's
I
still,
love it.
to me, it halfway feels like a flat note. It's one of those, it went too long in the tooth. It's like how
Right.
SmackDown ended with Karrion Kross choking out Drew, and he was half passed out, and then he came back and then passed out again. It's one of those that went on too long.
Right. Rhea can be my poppy too. I ain't Lawrence. Get in line.
Right. I think you might have to deal with Murphy before you get there.
Yeah. Right. The Jack little dude. Total sidebar. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're heading with that. What does this one say? When did the Goonies learn how to wrestle? I'm a dad bod, but he's super pudgy even for 20. It's true though. I mean, he's like Muffin Top Taylor's tag team partner.
Oh Lord.
I called this when I saw the match made. Well, yeah. Yeah, I felt tonight was very predictable. Like, I'm not fucking tooting my own horn, but I kind of had a vibe of tic-tac-toe here today.
Well,
it wasn't a bad episode, Nick. It just wasn't a great episode.
It was clunky. There was clunky, few wins and a lot of losses.
9 out of 10, says Damien.
Oh Lord. That's aggressive.
Good Lord.
I think we might have been watching different shows then, sir.
Larry's sticking at 7.5. I can see how he could get in maybe a little on the high end of my scope, but yeah. I mean, not terrible. A-Town's just 6.
All right. What you thinking?
When the storyline's dead, they kill Edge. Yeah, pretty much. Like, dude, I don't want to see him come back as another incarnation of himself. I really fucking don't.
Yeah.
6.
Dude, I think this might just be they keep him on the sidelines till around Extreme Rules.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, like that's the reason.
Yeah, it's not good.
Right? Is it just their way of explaining, like, Edge is signed for so many dates, so we'll put him in a couple shows and then we'll cripple him and then he goes away and then we'll bring him back? Like,
I think it's a way to give Edge some time off, honestly.
Right. 6.5 from the birthday boy. I think he'd be more generous on his birthday, but hey.
Depends on how you feel about tonight. He might be generous.
It was Mick Clunky, Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that ballpark, about 6.5, maybe a 6.5. And the only reason why is, again, it was one of those shows where there was stuff in it I really loved. KO, Austin Theory was great. Gargano's return was pretty good. I mean, you put him in Gable. It wasn't a barn burner. But, now he ties in with this storyline. Judgment Day finally got a little bit of a rub. Seth, Bobby Lashley's interesting. The audience was alive. The interaction is good, but not my favorite show. A lot of holes to it. The couple of the matches were real clunky. The women's tag team thing did nothing for me. A little too much in that regard of, oh, here they come again.
Right. I'm going 5.5. You want 6?
We're playing prices right now. I'll go 5.5.
5.5 because to me, like you said, there was some good in it. Obviously, KO was good, Seth good, Lashley getting involved. Like the intertwining of all the storylines was great. Mm-hmm. The matches were okay at best. And I feel like I said before, and I said it towards the beginning of the show, of doing the Kai and Sky, that women's tag team match again, and then having that look like how the final should have been. That's correcting an error that you didn't need to do in the first place.
Right.
You booked yourselves into a corner, and I don't get why. And it felt clunky the whole rest. Like, it never really got too high up there. The best thing I can say about it is the intertwining of storylines.
Right. And I just feel like, you gave the belts to Team Smiley. Maybe we could have made it to Extreme Rules. Maybe we could have made it a couple weeks before you just turn around and give it back in a better. I mean, and the finish of the match sucked. Aliyah, I botched. I don't know what the fuck she did do, but all of a sudden she was like popped, and then it just looked awkward, and then the match was over. You're like, oh.
Well, and they gave it a bigger celebration for them winning versus when Team Smiley won it at the conclusion of the tournament. To me, WWE messed up that tournament like AW messed up the trios tournament.
Yeah, a little bit. Now they did have a whole bunch of injuries and passport problems and bullshit, but nonetheless, it wasn't really played out the way we thought. And I mean, the finality of it was disappointing.
But that none of that happened to the team that got the championships right now. That's the thing, is you could have had them run the table. You just had to book it better. You had to put people in the right places.
I agree with that. Bray or Cody wins the Rumble. I'm not allowed to talk about Bray, but I got Cody.
Yeah.
I thought last year, maybe I get it this year, but I doubt it. But I still think there would be a moment where you have a good amount of wrestlers in the ring. Everything goes out. We get a lights out. There's a pause. The lights come back on, or there's some sounds. We get some, music or laughing. When the lights do come back on, everybody that was in the ring is now on the ground outside the ring, and there's one person standing in the ring, and it's Bray.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, that's the thing, is that's how you have to do it. If whoever was in the ring is instantly getting yucked out. Yeah. It doesn't matter who you are. That Fiend, if he comes back as the Fiend, is not selling, through the Rumble.
Yeah. Here's a question real quick, and not to get too far down the rabbit hole, but in that moment, if that was the ending of the Rumble, say there's 5 guys left or 7 guys left, number 30 hits, everything goes black, lights come back on, everyone's out, and Bray is now the winner upon his return. Now, is it the fact that Bray just returned big enough of a pop to let everyone go, okay, that's kind of a weird ending? Or, I don't know, it's a tough one, right? I don't know how to see it.
I think it would still be good. I think that return would carry it through that. It's a bit like with MJF's kind of return at All Out.
Yeah, fair enough.
I would say it'd be close to that. But I don't think that's the best way you could return Bray if Bray's coming back.
No, I think it's got to be more impactful. And again, I just don't know when, where, how. I do think the conversations have been had, and I do think part of it is because we've all been expecting it. And one day, out of left field, some random fucking Raw, in the middle of fucking December, it'll just happen. And you're like, oh, okay, maybe Survivor Series. Maybe, but we can't keep playing that every pay-per-view game because that's what it's been for 2 years or 1 year.
Yeah. But the other option in that question, Cody, I think, is absolutely an odds-on favorite to win the Rumble. Cody would love to have a Cena-type moment like that, to where when Cena came back from his injury, Cody comes back, wins the Royal Rumble from, the purple peck.
Yeah. I think you put him in, though. I think you put him in not late like that. I don't think the winner should always be late. And I think you can get a really big pop if he's in the middle, like 17, 18, 19, 20, maybe. Because
you build that storyline throughout it of he's kind of just has to fight back and overcome and all that.
Like I think it gives us a little chance to remind us, oh, look, there he goes. We get a Cody cutter.
Now, do you double down and start him at like 1?
That would be a crazy thing. Like everything's quiet and who's number 1, and that's how it starts.
Right.
I mean, if you want to make it epic, and I mean, Cody's all about the epic. If he pulls a flare, if he gives us a flare, an Austin, dude, I don't know, but
I think Cody would absolutely be full board to do something like that.
It's a good show in the sense of there's your spotlight instead of in the midst of all the chaos. It's literally number 1, and so all eyes are on that gate.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I think I've kind of sold myself on that. If you have Cody come out, that's the first thing you hear is wrestling has more than one royal family.
Right.
And just have him run the gamut, and he's coming back from the torn pec and all that.
Yeah, and JV's got a little touch here. Both men show up. I have been saying since Cody came to WWE and became the babyface that he is, Bray is a beautiful counterpoint to that.
Oh, absolutely. I think you could do that if you have
Cody win the Rumble.
If you have Cody win the Rumble and he doesn't end up going to challenge for a title, you play it into, I guess, the Bray feud, and you have Bray come back, and you could do that as a Mania match. I would be down for that.
Interesting. Maybe at Mania where Rock versus Roman and Bray cost Roman the match. I don't think so. Leave that alone.
Right. Let that end on that note.
Yeah.
You're going to end on the last shot of Mania will probably be Roman with his foot on the Rock's chest holding up both titles.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Nick. And I mean that it needs to be nice. It needs to be clean. You need to have that statement, and it doesn't mean that Raw can't return and do it again. It's just at this time, and I think that's been the intent from day one. A historic
Right.
title run, cherried off with, Roman beating The Rock, and then maybe the next night or the night after, whoever's got the money in the bank at the time takes it. Like shortly after, we were like, okay, here, I've done enough, because at that point you got to get him away from the belt.
Yeah, it's one of those of there's how much more do you keep going?
Well, and you can't stifle. I mean, USA Network does want a belt. They deserve a belt. I assume if you're two different brands, but you need something, right? I mean, you
Right.
have all these. We talked about it earlier. You have all these competitors. Somebody's got to be able to reach for that belt, and right now it's out of reach.
Right.
You think Bray returns to Survivor Series or Royal Rumble, KJ, or Crown Jewel? I'm not officially allowed to answer this question.
At this point, I think people are just going to keep guessing any pay-per-view until Bray does show up.
Listen, I think he'll come back when we least expect it. I do not think he'll come back at Crown Jewel because it's overseas.
Right.
Survivor Series, of course, it's a possibility. Royal Rumble is a possibility. Mania is a possibility. Fucking Backlash and all the above. At this point right now, I still think he's a WWE guy. If he's going to wrestle, I don't see it's going to be AEW. I know some AEW fans have been holding out. I think that window is closed.
Oh, yeah. You look at that locker room right now, and if you're a guy like Bray, do you want to put your hands in Tony Khan's, your career in Tony Khan's hands, or you want to put it in Papa Paul's hands?
Right.
Who do you think's going to do it better?
Right. No, I agree with you on that. And I truly believe that if there was, the insider knowledge, and if you know what you know more than the public knows, if you have an understanding, if Triple H is like shit's about to get shaken up, and this is kind of where this could end up. I'm sure he had phone conversations or had conversations with guys like Karrion, like Bray, like Johhny. Johhny, don't sign. Listen,
right.
I'm on the way back. Hold tight. I know everyone's saying you're going. Oh, you're thinking about it? Don't do it. Karrion, fuck that. You don't need CYN. Braun, just start touching base, right? And I'm sure he's done that due diligence. I'm curious if this is really a case of Triple H came back, so we all assume that Bray was going to be one of his bullets unloaded. I really do think this is a waiting game, and I do think Bray is going to do it in a manner that it's going to be impactful. And if not, if you wait all those years for a new Guns N' Roses album and it doesn't live up to it, that's what this ends up being.
I think just at the end of the day, it's going to be what Bray wants. That's the thing, is I think he's going to get more of that creative freedom within WWE.
Not even the creative. I do agree with the creative freedom, but I do think you're insulated with good experience. But it's the production, dude. AEW can't make it look like the WWE can. It won't be able to do it.
And he can still use all his old gimmicks. We keep going back to him returning as the Fiend. There's nothing saying that he doesn't come back as something entirely different, too.
Right. No, and I think he will want to try to evolve and change and grow. And even you touched on having him come out with the Firefly Funhouse again. All of a sudden, like you said, we talk about a Rumble moment or the beginning of a Raw, right? The show kicks off and that music hits. You're going to get a fucking ballistic crowd.
That's, to me, that's how you start your Raw after Mania, is you started off with, we're really glad that you're our friend. You started off with the intro music to the Firefly Funhouse and just instantly, all right, you're hooked in.
Wow. It's not terrible.
I got one for you. Cody number 1 runs the gauntlet. Number 30 is Bray eliminates Cody, and Rollins wins the Rumble. And Mania set up is Cody versus Bray. New.
I mean, I don't mind the 1 in 30 idea. Again, it's just a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of
that's a lot of crisscrossing and everything. Just keep it simple.
He's building an army, and he's pulling in top talent and positioning them properly. Nobody's mad. No one's like, oh my God, I can't believe Seth's talking to Bobby Lashley. No, we're like, oh shit, let's do that, because now that belt means something. Lashley's been a badass. I think Seth will bring a good match out of it. I think it will be perfectly
right. No feud really seems truly wasted right now in WWE, even with The Miz and Loomis. I know that that's not the greatest, but it's still it's interesting. It's still something that you're like, okay, I want to see at least where this goes. You're not instantly dismissing stuff like you were under Vince.
Right. No, I agree with you, Nick. And with that being said, we've come to the wonderful time of the night where we bid everybody adieu. Chris says 8. A show that had Bayley and
Twice.
Damage Control and the night they won the titles. By the way, congratulations to new women's champions. Only got an 8, Chris. I'm pretty sure you gave SmackDown a 10.
That didn't even have Bayley.
Right. Last but not least, Seth versus Lashley is a better match. I agree. But I'm
Right.
still interested in, I think obviously Riddle's probably going to cause the match not to work. And we'll figure it out. We'll get there. But one last, that's it, folks. One last time I will. All right. Actually, we'll let this gentleman be the last one on his birthday, Nick.
All right. Okay, my final question is the Royal Rumble pointless if it's Rock versus Roman at Mania set in stone? A little bit, unless they do it to where they somehow strip Roman of a title some way, somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to work that out. They're going to have to come up with an angle where he doesn't look weak and somehow, someone else, you have a triple threat and the other two pin each other and he loses one of his belts. Fine. The draft idea is a good one, Nick.
That's my idea. That's the way that I think that you do it. It works. It's the best way that you can do it, and Roman still doesn't look weak.
Right. So, with all that being said, and I did say the birthday boy was going to be the last click tonight. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Don't forget, go to Alt Wrestling Tees. You can check them out on our social. The link's down below as well, as including the email. You can get yourself a wicked What t-shirt.
What?
That's it. We also have the Mr. Every Night, and then we have the CJ brand. Cut your shit. Get your t-shirts right now. Go get them. Go get one. Take a picture. Tag us in it. We'll high five you. We appreciate all the love and support. So, go check out Alt Wrestling Tees. Don't forget to check SeatGeek for savings of $20. Use the code Wrasslin. And as far as this channel goes, that's Big Nick. I'm KJ White. We do this every night. We also have our boy CJ out there doing his thing, and he'll be back on tomorrow, I do believe. And until then, don't forget, we do wrestling coverage like nobody else. We do it at a different level. We grind. We are uncensored, unscripted. We don't plan this shit out. We just dig in and give you true wrestling fan experience, whether you love it or hate it. You know exactly how we feel, whether we're marking out or booing. It's all the same to us. It's all wrestling. It's all love. Nick, I had a fun night as always, sir.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, folks, with that all being said, we will see everybody tomorrow, and we'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.